I don't know.
I think most people in the UK do right now anyway. So
I know.
But that was my thought for the prize. I thought if we had the pull to get all of those things and stick them in a bag, that would be awesome. And I also was thinking I didn't want to waste that on Britpop. I kind of wanted that for us, but that would be my idea for a music related prize. So
yeah.
Why does everyone hate Morrissey in the UK now? In particular, is he the new foreign secretary?
No,
I don't know. But he sounds like he's campaigning for it, though.
He's suddenly a screaming racist.
He is.
Oh no.
Go online. When you're bored, go online and read Morrissey comments or something.
When you're very, very bored.
He canceled his whole European tour because that's how mad they are at him.
Wait, hang on.
Wow.
That's not really. That's Morrissey cancels tours. Like, are there clouds in the sky?
Well, basically, basically he shot his mouth off.
Yeah.
And the people that were backing his tour said, "We're not paying for this." So
as someone who's been a 3-time victim to Morrissey canceling shows, he kind of does that at the drop of a hat. So I'm not.
Yeah.
That's why he's canceling this year.
I mean, at least Lauryn Hill eventually shows up and plays.
Yeah. No, it's funny though. And I don't know if I told you this story, Rob. When I saw Peter Hook, when I went to see Peter Hook, the power went out.
Oh wow!
During the show, right? So the power went out, and they were off. They were off for an hour.
Oh.
And while they were out, because it was before they were going to continue the show. They said they wanted to continue the show, and I sent a message to the band, which they actually read apparently. But I said, hey, guys, we're cool. It's fine. I've been to a Lauryn Hill show. She wouldn't have shown up yet. You're fine.
Ouch.
Peter Hook thought that was the funniest damn thing. I got a poster signed. So I got a tour. I got a tour poster.
Huh? You want for me?
I didn't get. Sorry.
Yeah. All right. I see how. All right. I see how.
It's framed though. It's framed though. Look, dude. He never signs anything.
I know.
So I'm like,
he's the only one I don't have.
Yeah.
My copy of Low Life is sitting there just without one person on it.
See, usually they told me usually he wouldn't sign shit. So I'm like, well, I'm not bringing my copy of Substance if he's not going to sign it. And then I make a joke and he signs a fucking tour poster. That's
all right.
Sorry, I didn't know.
No, that's pretty cool though. That's fine.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Like, kudos, you got my Lauryn Hill joke. Awesome.
Yes. Well, any Lauryn Hill joke at this point is.
Oh yeah. It was still a good show though when she finally did show up. It was just it was just really super late.
That should be a bingo thing for Fun Fest. Take note, Widge, that Robert Tuffley make a Lauryn Hill joke.
Oh dear.
Oh no.
Again. Somebody had a shirt that I saw once that it was the cover of her album, the Miseducation thing. It just said "missing" on it. It was like a missing poster. It was great.
Nice.
That always feels too soon, though.
I know. So we're seeing Tuffley. We're seeing Courtney Barnett tonight.
Are you?
Yeah.
Cool. She's great.
Yeah. Well, she's never played St. Louis, so.
Hello.
And then tomorrow night's The Pretenders.
Oh, you fucker. Oh.
And then Saturday's Joe Jackson. Not the dead one. Not
we hear you.
Volume's all the way up.
Hello.
We hear you, madman.
Ow.
Hello.
No. So let's see. I
can't hear any of you.
Frank Turner was awesome, by the way.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Frank Turner was awesome.
I can imagine.
And then we've got a run coming up. It's so weird. We've got a run coming up that we've got, which is so weird. Churches and Public Image are the same night here. Yeah. Which I was commenting like, okay, so because we're going to churches, but churches and Pill are the same night here, and then Johnny Marr's like 3 nights later at the 40 Watt.
Yeah, I'm trying to swing that. They are in Nashville.
Yeah.
PIO though is kind of, I don't know. The last couple tours have not been great.
Yeah, I've been hearing they're kind of hit or miss. Although, Jenny told me that about the Peter Hook tour, so
Yeah,
I caught the good one.
But he has a reputation for being finicky and weird. So
yeah, I was happy enough to catch the good one and like get him in a good mood.
Yeah,
because he was in a really good mood, which is hard to get him in apparently. But
yeah, I know nothing of that subject.
Yes.
So yeah, I'm just saying.
So hi everyone else.
Hi.
Welcome to the soundboard with Robin Tuffley.
Damien, are you ever able to hear us?
I think he's gone.
Okay, he's probably rebooting or something.
He's rebooting. Although, guys, fellas, again, I have free time coming, so soundboard.
Yes.
Okay.
We can do that thing.
Yes.
Okay.
I am officially free of day job as of August 10th, so I have more free time. Yay. So I am available to not. I will not be spending 3 hours in a car anymore. So,
well, your audiobook habit will definitely dwindle.
Well, I'll get over it.
But yeah, let's do it.
Okay. So yeah, after I will accept opening bids after August 10th.
Okay.
And we can do that thing.
You can even make the agenda.
Ooh.
You like that, Widge? Do you like to see what I did there?
Oh, yeah. Well done.
The question is, do you want Tuffley's agenda?
It's better than anything we've come up with lately.
Oh.
John, do you want to be on the Soundboard podcast?
I who know nothing of music.
You know more than you think you do.
Yeah.
Yeah, all you have to do is interject that the Misfits songs are better, and you're fine.
Are we gonna talk a lot about Limp Bizkit? Because
no,
actually,
I'm out then.
I will talk about Kamasi Washington, and then I'll talk about Kamasi Washington.
Oh, that's cool. Actually, you know who would be awesome on your. I know a guy who would be in
really.
And Widge knows him too. Jerry, he is a music connoisseur. He'll. I've often talked about making a podcast with him, just called, "Hey Jerry, what's your take on blank?" And then he'll go off on his whole thing on ABBA. I'll say ABBA, and they'll go, "Well, they suck, blah, blah, blah. But they do have this one tune. It's a really good earworm, and it has this major to minor, blah blah." It's okay.
45 minutes later, you're like, okay, and
so that's it. I'm done recording.
See, you go down the ABBA earworm.
Yes.
Yeah. You go down the ABBA earworm trail. Because here's the thing, everybody has one, and it's a different one.
I don't.
You don't?
No.
Although I did appreciate Edgar Wright earlier on Twitter made the point that you could put "Here We Go Again" on the end of almost any movie title, and it would make a great sequel.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
I was thinking like The Day After, "Here We Go Again."
Yeah. Dawn of the Dead, "Here We Go Again."
Right.
Red Dawn, "Here We Go Again."
Yeah.
Other things with Dawn in the name, "Here We Go Again."
Convoy, "Here We Go Again."
Oh, especially if it's a musical.
Why is there not
Avengers Infinity War, "There They Go Again"?
I don't really know if you want Les Miserables, "Here We Go Again."
No.
John, I swear.
4 more hours, no.
Infinity War, "Here We Go Again" would make an amazing title for Avengers 4.
Actually, I said "There They Go Again," but that's...
Oh.
That's all right.
So I saw this great on Facebook. I think it was on the Dragon Con group. Somebody was putting together the Infinity War puzzle and only finished half of it and just left the other pieces sort of laying off to the side.
Nice. Well, and the also the Reddit group
Yes, it was awesome.
It's fantastic.
You know, it's also not an incorrect answer to just put the whole puzzle in a chipper shredder and just take a picture of that.
Yeah.
The
Spoilers.
what do you call it? In case you didn't hear about the Reddit group that got rid of half their members.
Yeah, I think it was called Thanos Was Right or something like that was
Yes.
a subreddit.
Yeah.
That was fantastic.
Oh.
I did see Ant-Man and Wasp, though.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah, that was good.
I actually saw it today just so we could talk about it. Not everyone would groan at me.
For this very purpose. Ah, okay.
And I needed to see it anyway.
Yeah.
Do you like it?
Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah.
It was fun. It was like the first film, but infused with Fantastic Voyage.
Yes.
Speaking of Morrissey.
Yes. What was that all about?
Yeah, I thought that was great. I swear to God, I don't understand. I want, at the beginning of Avengers 4, Michael Peña's character to have survived the snap and to explain what happened in the first film. Do you know how much I would pay for that?
Yes.
I want a disc in the MCU, like Phase 1. I would buy the Phase 1 through 3 mega box set just for Michael Peña explaining the entire MCU up to that point.
Phase 1, the Peña notations.
Oh my God.
The Peña notated MCU.
Dude, that I could watch those sequences all day fucking long. They are great.
It's a nice rebound from him from Chips.
Anything's a nice rebound from Chips.
Yeah, he was great. Evangeline Lilly was great.
Michelle Pfeiffer was good in that.
Oh, she was. She was. And I can't remember her. It was like Hannah John Kamen or something like that. The woman who is Ghost.
Ghost, yep.
She was good. And I don't know what vat they grew Scott's daughter in, but holy crap, she was cute as hell. The whole going through the labyrinth section at the beginning was inspired.
Okay, so on the way home from watching Ant-Man and Wasp, I elevator pitched a Journey into Mystery movie with Kid Loki and her.
Oh, nice.
Because I'm like, well, and this is going to give away a spoiler for the movie that's not going to happen, but you could have Hiddleston do the voice of Eichel.
I think, what you need is Journey into Mystery.
Yeah. You've read at least part of that, right?
Not that Journey into Mystery.
Okay. So Gillen wrote a Journey into Mystery that starred Kid Loki, and he had a crow that was basically the adult version, the actual Loki that only he could see.
You or Kim told me about this.
Yes, and you could have Hiddleston do it as the voice, but not tell anyone until the end.
Yeah.
Nice.
So Hiddleston's still involved, but not in it.
I was also thinking that you could have, it could be like an anthology series, like, Twilight Zone.
Oh yeah.
And Hiddleston as Loki appears in, by a fireplace in a large armchair with like a snifter of brandy and introduces
Night
the
Gallery.
episode. Night Gallery.
Tonight on Night Gallery.
I mean, I would watch that.
Geraldine Page guest stars.
Hi, Rox.
Hey, Rox.
Hello.
As much as I love the Twilight Zone, I never could get into a whole lot of Night Gallery because that show just creeped me out.
Yeah, it was hit or miss. It was hit or miss more than Twilight Zone.
It was.
But when it was good, it was pretty damn good. But when it was it was pretty damn eh.
Yes, this is true. Because it was very I don't know if Rod Serling had full creativity on Night Gallery. I think he was just like, from what I ever read, I think he was just the guy. And that's why everything was sort of up and down all the time. Because I watched a fair amount of Night Gallery. But There is that one. There is an episode. There's several episodes that are really good, and one is the one with Geraldine Page. And
Why am I not surprised?
I know, and it's about a sin eater. It's really good, and it's got John Boy Walton in it, and it's really good.
I know which one you're talking about. That is actually one of the that creeped the hell out of me, but it was a good episode.
It was a good episode, yeah. So, but then there was this really weird one with Rudy Valley.
Oh,
and I think, is it Robert Morse? I think so. So the set is really bad, and he knocks on the door, and it's raining, and it's Rudy Valley's house, and basically Rudy Valley or Robert Morse tells him, like, I know how to get the winners of racehorse, winners. So he does win. Rudy Valley places some bets, and so what he does is he cuts the legs off of Robert Morse. So he's there to give out, race winners.
Race data with Stumpy.
Yeah, that one was really.
I think Brent Musburger hosts that show now on Sirius XM. So
Night Gallery.
No.
That would be awesome.
No, winning horses with Stumpy.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So Night Gallery is a hit or miss.
There's only I didn't realize it looks like there's only a couple that are Matheson.
Yeah.
Unlike Twilight Zone, which was a lot of Matheson.
Yeah.
But a lot of this was written by Serling. I'm just looking at the list. Because one of I still really enjoy the Roddy McDowell pilot with the haunted painting.
Awesome. Yeah. That was great.
Good. That was a great EC comic right there. That's pretty good.
Oh my God. Then there was the Tom Bosley and what's her name?
Because what was that? Universal. So it was like whoever was on the lot that week was those 3 days was on the show. Was that Universal?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Joan Crawford and Tom Bosley. She's a rich woman who buys his eyes.
Ah, yes.
Yeah.
That's in the pilot as well.
Yeah, that one's a good one. That was sort of like one of those anthology episodes. It's interesting. So there was a rumor. So Rod Serling wanted to be just a writer. And I don't know where I came across this information and this is with the falling out between Rod Serling and Ray Bradbury, that Rod, he comes from the city I came from, Binghamton, New York. And he called up Ray to actually pick his brain for like days of, how do you do science fiction? How do you do all this? He didn't know. And for a long time, Serling never gave Bradbury credit. So I think eventually they did the, I Sing the Body Electric, and that had Maureen Stapleton in it as the grandmother. And I think is it not Perry White, but he was the guy who played Tate from Bewitched. He was in it. Anyway, he did one episode with Bradbury to appease Bradbury, but he gave him like no credit at all. Because this sci-fi fantasy was not Serling's genre at all. So he kind of like did a crash course on that type of work. So
I'd never heard that. That's unfortunate.
I forgot where. You could find the interview. I'll find it, and you can put it in the show notes. But it's an interview with somebody that knew both of them. So, and I didn't know, about the animosity that grew type of a thing. Because Bradbury was big about getting credit. I mean, that was the thing about 20,000, the Beast from 20,000 Fathoms or whatever. that it was his short story, I think, from the Foghorn.
Right.
And that whatever movie, whatever producers, they never gave him credit. And he went down like, that's mine. And, you know, they paid him.
Yeah, that's so weird and saddening.
And saddening, yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Wow, what's going on here? So, yeah. So, Boutel walked away. So we're at like 50 days of Dragon Con.
Well, he walked away, but he left the John Pertwee opening titles for Doctor Who running, so it's fine.
Yes, I see that. Yeah. Yeah.
So what was this? What was this Doctor Who Pigs in Space crossover thing?
Okay, yeah. So
go ahead.
Yeah, so for the Muppets being at the O2, they did a Pigs in Space sketch that had a cameo by the Doctor in it. So on different nights, on one of the nights it was David Tennant, and one of the other nights it was Peter Davison.
Nice.
Yeah, same line though, but same dialogue.
Okay. Same dialogue, but one night it was David Tennant, and the other night it was Peter Davison.
Yeah.
Which is pretty cool.
Yes.
That's very cool. Is this something that got filmed? Is there film of it?
Oh, I would imagine it did get filmed, but
yeah, I think I posted to the Facebook page.
Well, there's some YouTube like phone videos of it, although I'm sure it did get actually filmed.
Yes.
So I'm sure that'll be out at some point because Disney.
Well, I
mean, they'll put it on the season 11 DVD or something.
I will say that Disney is at least doing Muppets Live, because remember, the fact that nobody wanted to do Muppets Live is how we got Avenue Q.
Yeah.
So I'm like, who turns down Muppets Live?
Well, it's kind of the follow-up to those Hollywood Bowl shows they did. What was it, last year?
Yeah.
A couple of years ago. So it's something they had been planning on doing, so they'll probably do it somewhere else.
Yeah.
I don't think they're going to fully tour with it or anything, but I think they may do it in various different places.
Yeah.
Going to Scotland.
Yeah. But I know, but they had what was it? So besides the Doctors, I know Kylie Minogue was in both nights.
Yeah. Which is partly how they got Tennant.
Yeah, which is partly how they got Tennant, which is partly how they got Davison.
Yep.
So
but I'm like, I don't know. If they were like, hey, would you like to come on stage and act with the Muppets? I'd be like, fuck yes.
Oh gosh, who would say no?
Which is probably most likely how they got Tennant. So
yeah, I mean, who has watched any of the? Because of course they shot the Muppet Show over there, but I'm like, who?
Because it seems to me that would be a thing David Tennant would want to do. So
you would think so, and
yes.
But I mean, I'm like, who watches the classic Muppet Show episodes and watches even like Muppets Tonight when they had like Prince on, that they got Prince to do a Hee Haw sketch, for fuck's sake. I mean, it's you watch the classic episodes of Vincent Price and Alice Cooper and everybody, you're just like, that looks like genius. I can't even imagine how insane and awesome that must be.
He was so game to do that Muppets Tonight episode.
And he was great in it.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I'm glad. And I mean, I hope they figure out what to do with the Muppets, because I don't think they have exactly yet, apart from YouTube videos.
I don't know. I think maybe, I don't know what you do with the Muppets at this point. I mean, you can do YouTube videos. I mean, another TV show would probably be the best way to do it.
In fact,
an actual Muppet show, not a situation comedy with the Muppets in it.
Oh, that was.
I mean, an actual Muppet show.
Yeah. Well, I think what you do is, you make it something special where it's like,
Yeah.
Or
you just do specials.
That's what I was saying.
Yeah.
That's what I was gonna say. Like twice a year,
Yeah.
you do like a variety special like they used to do with the Muppets,
Yeah.
and have a bunch of different actors on there. Although, no, this is insane, but I would love to see them pull one of those live musical stunts with the Muppets, like they did with like Grease and Jesus Christ Superstar. Just imagine, like, I don't know, Miss Saigon with Muppets or something.
Oh yeah, I was thinking like,
or no,
Cats.
not even like a whole one. You just have one Muppet who plays Pilot in Jesus Christ Superstar. You know, you just have them as like an actor, and you're just like, okay.
No, wait, do the Twitter meme that's been popping up the last couple of days where you take, you leave one cast member of a show and you make the rest of them Muppets.
Oh yes. Oh God, what did I do with that?
I mean,
I did.
I think you said Dawn of the Dead, didn't you?
No. I said the cook, the thief, and his wife and her lover.
Oh.
With the cook is obviously the Swedish chef. The wife is Miss Piggy. The thief is still Michael Gambon.
Yeah.
And her lover is obviously Kermit.
Because if you're going to do it as a Broadway stunt, they'll never do it because they'll never do it. But I'd say Hamilton.
Oh.
Keep Lynn.
Oh my God, Hamilton with the giant guys. You know, the big.
Yeah,
that would be great. Yeah.
Keep either Lynn or Daveed Diggs, and then make everyone else Muppets.
Okay, no. Better yet, you take out Willie Geist on the Morning Joe show, and you put in like Cookie Monster, and he has to talk to Joe Scarborough in the morning. I think that's what they should do. Forget, it's like, we do have the mocap thing, which we've been pushing heavily that, Hollywood does not recognize actors who do mocap.
I seem to recall Much Music had a late night talk show with the sock puppet.
Yeah, why not? Actually, it's like, no, just look beyond. It's like, here's Kermit acting in, a remake of Barbed Wire.
I believe Much Music. I believe Much Music's excuse was it was Canadian and they couldn't afford Weird Al. So,
I think Les Mis would be good too.
Wow.
They have the barricade. The barricade can hide all the actors.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And you have just can you just imagine like One Day More with the audience with the stage just filling up with Muppets waving flags and shit. It would be amazing. Speaking of which, I just pulled up they have photos from the BBC non-musical Les Miserables that they're doing, and it looks pretty damn cool. Like, let's see. Like Javert looks fantastic.
Who's in that?
David Oyelowo, I think.
Ooh.
I'm screwing up. He's Javert.
Ooh.
Hang on. Here's a picture of him. And let's see. Trying to remember. Andrew Davies wrote it.
Yeah.
Dominic West is Jean Valjean.
Okay.
Olivia Colman is Madame Thénardier.
She's in everything.
Brilliant. She is. She really is. I swear to God. So
she is literally in everything now. That was.
Cosette watches a lot of Midsummer Murders just to have something on in the background.
Yeah.
I swear to God, no matter what season it is, when I wander through there, Olivia Colman's on the screen.
Rob, did you ever see the Five Doctors thing where the running joke is about Olivia Colman being in everything?
Yes.
Okay. That has literally happened now.
Well, it's true.
Yeah.
but I'm okay with that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
me too.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So, did everyone see Ant-Man and the Wasp?
No,
Yes.
I did not. Is it good?
Yeah.
I
It's
heard
fun.
it's fun. Okay.
fun.
All right.
It's
right.
definitely fun. I think Evangeline Lilly definitely held more than her weight in that movie.
Oh
And it
yeah,
was
she's
fantastic.
fantastic in that. She's
I was-
fantastic about that.
I was definitely happy about that.
Okay. I will see it.
Yeah, she's a bit
Oh
of a
my
badass.
God. So, all right. So really quick, let me back up real quick. So,
Mhm.
I think the entire neighborhood cried during Mr. Rogers' film.
Yes, isn't it great? I told you.
Well, my theater, my little theater, which is right around the corner from me. So I saw it on a Friday. I went to the 4:30 showing, and at the end I told one of the ushers, I'm like, you guys really need, tissues. And they're like, well, we have napkins up towards the thing. And the next day, my friend texted me. She goes, what did I get into? The entire theater had boxes of tissues out.
Yeah.
So
You should see it somewhere with a bar.
ours does have a bar.
Really?
Yes. Yes. And it was fantastic. There were two old ladies who stopped me because I was pretty much one of the youngest ones in the theater. All the other ones were like, well, we knew of him. We knew he was good. I'm like, but this is the guy. And they're like, what was his thing? I said, I was 4 years old when it aired. So I am the first gen of Mr. Rogers. And they're like, really? I said, yeah. I said, there were episodes. I'm like, I remember that episode. I'm talking to the screen. I'm like, I remember that episode.
Yeah.
And the people are like, what?
I'm kind of fascinated that Betty Aberlin's not in it, which I thought was interesting.
Yeah, that is kind of interesting.
We were trying to dig around on this, and apparently, like, she filmed interview stuff with her, but she hadn't done a ton of interviews in years. And apparently, the director said that she didn't look comfortable on camera, so that's why they didn't.
So, did anybody see the when Twitch was running Mr. Rogers earlier this year?
Yes.
And I guess this must have been when the documentary was making the Film Fest circuit.
Mm-hmm. I think so.
Yeah.
So, and the funny thing, I chuckled when I saw Mr. Rogers' sister. She looks so much like Lady Lane.
I know. It was great.
I'm like, whoa! I'm your fan.
And it was great because the movie needed a moment of brevity.
Oh, it did. Yes. I think I cried throughout the whole thing.
Yeah. I love this stagehand guy.
Oh, he was great. And that was the cool thing because that is a show we never. Honestly, he did control everything because we never ever saw that the punky kind of people that work behind the scenes.
Mm-hmm.
So no, he was really cool. I like okay. There's a message. Sorry. But yeah. Did you see what was it? 134 critic 143 critic reviews, and one was a bad one.
Yeah.
So okay, here's the big question. Do you think they'll shoe this in for an Academy Award?
Probably.
So which one will win out? Because everyone's either talking about the Ruth Bader Ginsburg one or the Mr. Rogers. So that will be the battle royale.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. But there's supposed to be the King one is supposed to be really good too.
The King one was.
There's one called The King. No, it's about Elvis. They use Elvis as like a metaphor for. Yeah, just look it up. It's called The King. Yeah, that's supposed to be really, really good. So we'll see.
Well, there's also wasn't Defiant Ones the didn't that premiere in theaters before HBO? Isn't that still in the running? Yeah.
Oh, all right. Well,
which by the way was good if you haven't seen it, which was the Dr. Dre Jimmy Iovine thing.
oh no, I didn't. Did not.
That was pretty good.
All right, sorry I stole the thunder on Wasp and Ant, but go ahead. If
Wasp
you
and
want.
Ant.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
And Michael Douglas. How is he fitting in with the?
It's not bad.
Mostly through CGI. No.
Yeah.
He doesn't hit Janet as much as he does in the comics, but
Oh God.
Oh well.
Oh
No.
wow!
Oh wow. No.
I have to admit that is Ultimate Cap's reaction to that is one of my favorite things from the first series of the Ultimates.
Go ahead and get big.
Get big, because I'm going to kick
Get
your ass.
big.
I love Ultimate Cap. But no, I think the CG that they de-aged them with was really great this time. I
They
mean,
did a really good job with
Yeah.
both Douglas and Michelle Pfeiffer.
it was pretty
Yeah.
flawless.
weren't they? They're saying that Samuel L. Jackson is going to be completely young age Samuel L. Jackson in
Which
Captain Marvel.
Well, what I've heard is that basically they've given him hair. He has both eyes, and they removed some wrinkles from his forehead because he's Samuel L. Jackson, and he has not aged in like the last 40 years or something. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Well, okay, so are they doing CG or because with Bruce or with Russell for Guardians of the Galaxy, they're like, no, this was all makeup. We did makeup on him.
It's both.
Mm-hmm.
It's a little bit of both.
Okay.
Yeah, I believe they're
Well,
doing.
I've seen it.
They're.
Oh, go ahead.
I believe they're doing that with Sam Jackson and Clark Gregg.
Yeah, because I've seen the picture of Jackson on set with the dots across his forehead for where they're gonna smooth it out.
So can we get this in real life? Just,
Not yet.
The older we get,
Of course
we
you
just wanna,
can, Rox. All you need is a good airbrush kit and some Botox. Now, you're not going to be able to quit smiling. Your face will be permanently stuck that way.
I have
would
an
not have
entire
that
TLC series dedicated to this.
So like the Joker's victims from the '89 Batman film.
Yes.
Precisely.
Don't stop dancing.
Love that Joker.
Oh my. So yeah, no, it's fun. I've decided that also, if you just add shrinking and expanding to anything, it makes it better.
Yes.
Because the car chase sequence is fantastic, and the fight sequences are pretty awesome.
Oh, okay.
Actually, Hobbit Paul Rudd is fun too.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was good.
Hobbit Paul Rudd is hilarious.
It's like is it Hobbit Paul Rudd or is it Don't Look Now Paul Rudd? All he needs is the red jacket.
Yeah, true. But we were watching that and we immediately seized on, oh, Hobbit Paul Rudd. Fine, okay.
Yeah.
That's what we want on the Ant-Man and the Wasp Blu-ray is a featurette where he talks about talking to Martin Freeman to get tips on being a Hobbit.
Small. Yes.
Yeah.
I think that would be good. I think we need that.
I also enjoyed the bit where they're in the chamber and they don't realize it's actually Janet.
Oh yeah.
I was trying to be kind of without spoiling too much. Where Paul Rudd does basically Michelle Pfeiffer.
Oh yes.
Oh yeah.
No, that part was actually really, really good.
That was really, really good.
Yeah.
And it starts off being really, really funny.
Right. And then it gets really endearing.
Funny. He was really good with that.
Yeah, agreed. That was very good.
How he was able to turn that. That it's because it starts out hilarious. and then it starts getting, as you say, it starts getting really endearing toward the end of it.
Right, and see, I picked up on it right away, and
Yeah.
so for a lot of this, I'm glad we're actually able to talk about it now.
Yeah.
I once again, so I saw it a week early, so I had to kind of
Yeah.
just sit there on my hands,
I know.
going, "Yeah, I can only talk to the 3 people I know that were in the theater with me that saw
Yeah.
this."
You didn't see it in the Fox again, did you?
No, they actually did Atlantic Station, but
Okay, see.
Marvel did the really good thing. They let everyone in early, but you had to cough up your phone, seal it up in the little
Yep.
bag, and
Whoa!
The
oh,
Jack-
yeah.
Did they
The
do
Jack-
the wand? Did you get the wand?
Did I get the wand?
Yeah, where they have the wand, where they have the guys that scan you with little wand. They have the,
Yes, they did.
yeah.
They did scan me with a wand.
Did
Here,
they give you a
here's
cavity search?
here's the thing.
No.
Or did you
Well,
ask for a cavity search?
So I'm just gonna say this. I live in Georgia, and
Yeah.
so therefore there are many times where Madman is exercising his ability to protect himself.
Yes.
And the wand never finds it. And I'm like, okay, well, never mind then. I'm just gonna keep walking right through here. Because that was a concern. I'm like, okay, forgot I had this. Well, wand didn't find it. Gonna keep moving.
Oh, come to Missouri.
Yeah, right. And then we also had another weird thing because I guess there were a guest of Paul Rudd and guest of Michael Douglas that had seats blocked off up front, which ended up being my friend Sean that I've known for over 20 something years. I'm like, really? You're the guest of Michael Douglas this week?
So you should have stolen the signs. We could use them for Fun Fest.
Yeah.
The next time I go to an early Marvel screening, I
Yeah.
will grab one.
Yeah. We had to, the phones have to be sealed. They do the wand thing. And if they even see a phone on during a screening, they come
Right.
into it. Yeah.
Well, and that hasn't been the case for all of them, right? That happened with Black Panther. Black Panther was a big deal. Like it took forever for everyone to get into Fox.
Yeah.
They didn't do that for Infinity War.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah, Infinity War, they didn't do it.
Well, there's
But-
nothing really that happens in that movie anyway.
But I think it's the timing thing. The early showing for Infinity War for the film industry here was only like a day early, whereas Black Panther and Ant-Man were both a full week ahead of schedule.
Yeah. We were, I think, 7 to 9 days, I think.
Yeah.
Before. Yeah.
All in all, though, good time. I'm very, very grateful I get to do these things at the moment.
I know. Isn't it great?
I know. I'm like, wow. And they were like, how does this keep happening? I'm like, I don't know. But I'm going to ride this train for as long
Yeah.
as it takes.
Do you get the thing where they send you the emails like, here's all the screenings for the month and the dates?
No. So the real deal with this is the wife works for the Board of Regents.
Oh, there you go.
So the Georgia Film Academy is how I end up getting tickets.
Nice.
Yes.
Wow.
And any other time, I'm a member of a million different groups. So I think like Saturday morning this week, there's a free screening for Teen Titans Go. Is the one for this week. I'm trying to think of what else. I know I have it right here on my phone. Give me just a second. There were a bunch that were released today that were sent that I'm not going to get to go to any of them. So I'm like, okay, we'll just do what we do.
Yeah, the big things coming up here are 8th grade, Blind Spotting, and that Mission Impossible thing.
Yes, and that's the one I missed out on that I wanted to go to. It's at Phipps, and it's at Phipps Plaza on the 23rd, like right across the street from work. And I was 2 minutes late.
I'm bummed I can't go tomorrow because I'm working, but tomorrow's the screening for Black Klansman, and I really wanted to see that.
That looks hilarious.
Yeah.
Well, shit, I've still got to go see Sorry to Bother You. I've been out of town, so I've been at the beach for about a week. So now I'm back. Yeah, I know. Poor me. So now I'm like, okay, what can I squeeze in between doing the Dragon Con rewatch of shows and costuming?
You're doing that too.
Yep, doing the rewatch of all the shows, and then
Yep.
in the midst of building costumes that I have no business trying to build this late in the game.
Yeah, I'm doing the rewatch to get ready for panels, but yeah,
Yep.
it's impossible.
Yeah.
Hey, 50 days, we can do it. Go team.
Hey, I'm having to actually read for my panels.
Good job.
Do you know TV was invented in the 1800s?
Yes.
Okay.
No, I didn't know that.
All right, Rob, you can be on my panel.
Rob, you win.
You win.
That thing we're doing toughly. We should bring Roxanne as a ringer.
Why? What are you doing?
Well, normally we do it.
Normally
we do it. Well, it's not really a secret. It's sort of like, here, guys, you're doing this. And we're like, oh, we are, okay.
Oh yeah.
So instead of doing a normal Britpop panel,
That's how Dragon Con works, by the way.
They're doing it as a game show.
Oh, all right.
All right.
Yeah.
Wow.
So,
well, see. Okay, so do you want to know what my other suggestion was on this? If we were having to go game show, you saw the one I did have.
Yes.
The other one that I had was, let's just go completely Buzzcocks with it.
Yeah.
That's a good idea.
That's a great idea.
That's actually, that is a really good idea.
It's okay idea. Sorry. Someone had to be gone.
John's like, I'll be the indifferent person.
Yes.
Fun killer.
That's what they call me. That's what my wife calls me.
or if they could actually pull it together and get the guests to do it, because Barrowman would probably kill himself to do it.
Oh my God! If you heard about it's like I'll show up. I don't
just do it with the guests.
Well, I'm
Rob, send him an email.
I'm already just trying to get just a flat out music panel with Capaldi, and that's been the nightmare.
Oh, if you actually pull that off, let me know.
Yeah.
I kind of want to see that. I just want to see that. I don't even want to, I'm not asking for any hookups or any moments. I'm just saying, if you're going to do it, let me know. I want to go. But
yeah. I'm going to dress Rox up like my agent. And if it's like, would you like to meet Peter Capaldi? It's $1.
Actually, no, Rob, you can't use me because I actually have the Peter Capaldi hair. I can't do that.
Yeah, you do.
I'd be like, wait, no, really?
No. See, you raised the price. Would you like to meet Peter Capaldi? And then you step out.
Yes. Oh my God.
That's kind of what I was going for. Yeah.
Actually, Rob, we could do that during our fist bump thing.
Yeah.
Photos with Peter Capaldi, and I'll be, the 12th Doctor,
yeah.
and we can get, $5 a photo.
Yeah.
We can do it. I got the glasses and stuff. We can do it. Let's do it.
You have a guitar? I can get you a guitar.
No.
We have to talk about fist bumps because I've got something really insane lined up for it.
Okay. Other than we get ill every year doing it.
Have you been to New Orleans?
No, I missed out on going this year for the library conference.
Once I figure them getting them in and out of the hotel and not going to anything else with the con, we could have a first line. Or second line. Sorry.
Yeah.
Wait, 90,000 fist bumps, licensed to ill.
Yes. Yeah.
No. Here we go again.
I missed a trick. Sorry. Thank you. That was good.
Yeah, usually there's this really fun part where someone says, what exactly is this again? And I explain it to somebody, and they're like, you guys are just fucking weird. So, yeah.
So when are you doing that?
We do it Saturday evening.
I think it's Saturday evening, but
our fist bump thing is always Saturday.
Late Saturday, yeah, and I'm now free Saturday night, so that's good.
You're free Saturday?
Well, I was on mysteriously 6 panels I didn't sign up for, and I'm just like, no.
How did you get your schedule already?
Yeah.
We'll talk about this offline.
Okay.
The secret.
It's not a. It's
You know the way that happens.
the Russians.
I'm
You're
trying to
colluding
get
with the
on
Russia.
like a dystopian future panel. Does anyone know of who is doing those?
You mean besides
I
Westworld?
think
Oh my God, they're doing a
You mean
Westworld
Congress?
one. No, for Dragon Con. I actually managed to get on Skeptrack, so that's pretty cool.
Nice.
Now,
Yeah.
last time we did, I think Westworld was, I think X-Track, but I don't know who has it this time. Lee hasn't mentioned.
yeah. I got an
Okay.
email from somebody at the Jesus, what's the track that's at the Weston Rocks?
Oh, that one.
Several. Gaming.
The urban
Yeah.
fantasy track or the horror track? Because I'm on both
I
of those.
said, Widge, I forwarded you the email. Remember?
Oh, Apocalypse
Pan-
Rising, is that it?
That's
Oh,
it. Yeah.
yeah,
Okay,
that's
that
true.
one.
Yeah, you got one.
Yeah.
Can you forward me who it is? Because I just want to bug
Yeah,
you
I will.
to see it.
I
Okay,
forwarded
send me
it to
that
Rich.
today. But forward it to me so I can just say,
Hold
hey,
on.
do you need a pinch hitter? I'm just trying to fill out my kind of schedule.
Or Rob,
thing.
say you can't do it and say, hey, I have someone that'll pinch hit
Well,
for me.
Last year I put
Yeah.
yeah.
What?
Yeah.
There was
Interesting.
the last year. Last
Just-
year there was a couple like that, and I just sent it over to Widge, and then he
Well,
put hanky on it.
forward it to me.
I'm doing it right now.
Thank you.
All right, it is done.
All right, cool beans.
It's all happening.
Yeah.
Woo.
And we might have a thing Thursday night.
Okay.
Whoa, Thursday night. That's wrestling
Yeah.
night.
Well, it might be our
And
advice.
the Bunny Hutch party.
Oh man, I've
Oh,
never
did
been
you? So I was just recording the podcast with with Phil and Kevin from the board game and video gaming track.
Oh,
They're
yeah.
doing an Overwatch Bunny Hutch on Thursday night as well.
Yeah, that's the Thursday night has always been the traditional Bunny Hutch party.
But they're
And the
doing they're doing
and
one
the
themed with
ABC party.
yeah, they're doing one themed with for Overwatch though.
Not bad.
Yeah, Overwatch After Dark.
John,
That's
am I-
actually what they're calling it.
I need
Am I
to make.
doing one of those, John?
You should do that, Rob. You should do it. Just show up with ears on, a bikini, and a Doom fist.
No, a Joy Division T-shirt.
I actually have a goal for John for the whole con. It's my whole thing. It's gonna be great.
Okay.
Care to fill me in?
So at some
No,
point,
not.
No, we're done. That was the end of the conversation.
before Shag does,
Oh,
you can just walk
yeah.
up to Shag and say, "Hey, Shag, have you met Peter Capaldi yet? He's really great."
Yeah, Shaq doesn't go to Dragon Con anymore.
Nope.
Well,
You can just send him messages.
He goes to Gallifrey out in
Yeah,
LA
I want to
though.
see him there, and yeah, because somehow I'm doing panels with that.
Oh, cool.
But yeah, if I could still
And-
any doctor that he hasn't seen that I get to meet first would be awesome because I honestly don't care.
No, see, you could just say you.
But it's fun. Actually, if there's any
Assuming they'll let.
yeah, if there's any doctor that the very minimum that I've watched Doctor Who, but actually Capaldi has been the one that I've most enjoyed his antics on screen.
Yeah.
Just because crotchety old man. I'm into that. That's cool.
Yeah. Although I suspect getting near him is going to be nearly impossible.
Now,
Yeah.
what you do is send Shag the message of a picture of you and Capaldi saying, "Look, I found Malcolm Tucker."
Yeah.
I don't know. I've had a pretty good run of just running into them randomly throughout
Oh
the
my
hotel.
God, you have you
I
have
know.
this guest
I know.
Teflon.
I know. It's great.
Magnetism. It's just so freaking
It-
weird.
It is a weird thing of, hey, I wanted to see so and so. I'm like, really? Because they were just in the hallway talking to him.
Look, I got this photo. I got this photo.
Right.
Got
I
this
got
photo.
this photo of us in the freight elevator.
I know. Somehow, you know what? We should raffle you off.
Whoa, that's too much
Anita-
like
Anita-
flavor. We're gonna have
hello.
Doc crying again.
All
All
Doc's
right,
gonna start crying again.
We should take
All
Rox.
right, let me rephrase
Yes,
this.
let's read
I mean, the way
we
we're
have
going, it might happen
should-
anyway.
Wow.
But
Listen,
let's try and delay it a
My
little bit.
services.
Listen. It's not that far away from the flash dance chair dancing you guys were doing a couple of years ago. So
Yeah. We could like have a fan tag along with you.
we've already crossed that border. You just don't know that you
Exactly.
have.
Yeah.
Right. That's right.
Yeah, for a certain amount of money, they can hang it. We'll sweeten the pot. They can hang out with him and Ian Ziering.
Mm-hmm. That's it.
That's a, it's you know, your business card is a madman geek consultant.
Exactly.
Oh my
Who would
god.
you like to meet this weekend? Okay, we're gonna make that
Freelance.
happen for you.
Freelance geek consultant.
Right now, I need one camera wrangler just to follow. I already have the Osmo, so all they need to do is just follow us around as we make this happen for one lucky fan.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that'd
And-
be great.
And for an additional small fee, Danger Woman will stalk you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, that'll be interesting because Karen Spinney's there again. And we'll
Yeah.
drive them nuts.
Hey, so is Bob McGrath and Louise.
Yes, I have that.
Nicole is so upset. She's like, oh yeah, well I'm not going this year. I'm like, really? Because they have all of these people from Sesame Street. And then she goes, what happened?
Those,
Yeah.
I'm like,
yeah, those are the only. Yeah, that and Capaldi are the only two panels. I said, look, I'm doing these two, or I'm not coming. So, which means I'll get none of them.
They'll wait for you to get there to tell you that you're not.
Right. You're here now. We have
You're here, no, Rob. Here's your
You
schedule.
can go back if you want, but really, you're here. So
Hey Rob, how you doing? Listen, Capaldi, huh? Well,
Oh, I'm
they're
going to
not
get
gonna
Ian Ziering. I already know it's going to happen.
Yeah, I was
Really?
gonna say. I was about to go Ian Ziering, but
What would you get him for exactly?
Probably 30 cents.
Breaking and
30 minutes
entering.
7 minutes in heaven.
wow, ouch.
Oh, I have to go to the Peach Pit and get a drink.
That needs to be on the soundboard.
Actually,
So here's a question.
actually,
Has anyone
Why isn't
in
there a thing yet?
who has worked on Sesame Street, have they ever done anything else?
Fine.
Well,
you know, I've seen a couple of those guys on Law and Order episodes.
Yes, one of them created Holly Robinson Pete from 21 Jump Street.
no, but it's interesting because if you
Points.
switch over to Electric Company, that's where you get Morgan Freeman.
Yeah. And what's her name?
Rita Moreno and Renee Enriquez.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh, and you know what? Joan Rivers always narrated Letterman.
Did you get Paul Benedict on Sesame Street or Electric Company?
Which, well,
Paul, he was the mime guy that held up the numbers and painted all the time. That's Paul
oh,
Benedict.
he went, yeah, and then he went on to the Jefferson.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember him. He went on to the west side, the east side.
Well, Bob McGrath has had a singing career.
Yep. I saw him once.
Oh, so Matt Robinson really not only did he create Holly Robinson Pete, he did a film called Save the Children, wrote Amazing Grace, and did a bunch of scripts for Sanford and Son, Eight is Enough, The Cosby Show. Yeah, there we go.
Wow.
Matt did a lot.
All right. Sesame Street. Sesame Street is how old? That came around the same time.
52, I think. It's
Yeah.
52.
Sesame Street?
I think it just had its 50th.
Let me see.
Oh, okay.
Because it's 68, right?
Yeah.
We showed the pilot. We should know the answer to this, but
I know. You know, I tell people
It's older than child endangerment laws.
Yeah, I
Hey now,
tell
Cal.
people about the warning on the first
That
season.
pilot.
69.
69.
Dude.
Well, if you insist.
So it is 50.
That's
Or-
probably why we got to cover.
Yeah.
Sorry. Watches need coffee struggles with math tonight.
But that's the other panel I really want to do is the Sesame Street one, but it's not going to happen.
Can you tell me how to get to that panel?
I'm going to steal that.
We've been here for 5 hours. You want to do introductions now?
I suppose.
Yeah.
There you go. Raul Julia.
Raul Julia.
He was on from.
He's not going to be a Dragon Con, is he?
He was on 4 episodes from 71 to 72, and that was right at the beginning of his career.
Yeah, he was also that horrible Street Fighter movie as M. Bison with Jean-Claude Van Damme.
That's the last thing he did.
Kylie Minogue.
That's the last thing he did.
Moment of silence for the Street Fighter film.
Michael Jeter was in it.
Why are we talking about the Street Fighter film?
It segued. Raul Julia was the bad guy.
Why are you talking about the Street Fighter film is what we're really wondering.
It happens.
Convoy is so much better.
Yeah, somebody on Twitter asked, what's the movie that you like despite the fact that you know it's terrible? And I just took a picture of my Megaforce VHS and posted that.
Nice. I thought you were going to say Casablanca.
My stock answer to that is Xanadu, motherfucker.
Hey, but wait. Does that count as terrible because it's got awesome ELO music in it?
Yeah, it does. Yeah, it still counts as terrible because it's a terrible film. It's a terrible movie.
It is pretty terrible. Hey, but oh god, what's his face?
It's always a tie between Xanadu and Flash Gordon, so the answer changes. It depends on which awesome soundtrack I want.
But that's right. I couldn't think of his name for a second. Michael Beck is in both films. That and Megaforce.
And the Warriors.
Yes, that's right. Wow.
He just covered the gamut there, didn't he?
This is true. What is he doing now?
Time.
Oh.
Cinema for bad movies.
Oh my.
Oh.
Wow. Huh. He does audio. He does audiobooks now.
Yeah.
Oh, well, that's good.
He apparently did in 2015 reprised his role for the Warriors video game.
Yeah, but a lot of the actors did the voices for the Warriors game, which was Rockstar. I think Rockstar did that.
They did do that. You're absolutely right.
That is the Rockstar. I love the thing I remember about that game is not actually the game, but I think it was DLC where it was them playing the side-scrolling beat 'em up.
Yeah.
Or it's like the Street Fighter kind of, and not Street Fighter, but like Streets of Rage, which is exactly what the Warriors movie was. Which is great. It was funny.
Mm-hmm.
But you, if you just hacked something into a Warriors side-scrolling, like it was actually the Warriors, that would be pretty great. And God, all my names are gone.
The Warriors VR. It'll happen.
Ah, right.
Although,
David Patrick Kelly.
Really?
You gotta have David Patrick Kelly to say his line.
Wow.
Oh, that line was improvised. Go figure.
Although, speaking of VR, Rob, have you heard what's going to be VR soon?
VR Rob. That's frightening.
Coming soon to a juxtaposition near you.
Now in actual reality.
Wow. David Bowie is.
Really?
What?
Yeah. They're going to do a mobile phone, I believe, for the fall, and I think everybody else, like all the other VR platforms, get it by the spring. But they're doing a VR version of the David Bowie is.
Now, is it VR in that you walk through the exhibit, or is it?
They've been kind of vague about what that is. Either it's the exhibits that are being scanned, or it is the exhibit in total. They're kind of being vague about that, but it is some sort of VR virtual version of the David Bowie's exhibit.
Because what would be interesting is the BBC Civilizations app is an augmented reality thing.
Yeah.
In that you basically can. I mean, I put the Rosetta Stone on my dog while she was asleep, but you literally can find a flat surface, and then it will put an Egyptian sarcophagus there, and you can say, make it life size, so you can get a feel for how big it is, and you literally can spin it around, look inside it.
Can you spin it right round?
Right round, baby, right round.
You mean like a record, baby?
Yeah, like a dusty sarcophagus record, baby. That's the B-side to make Rob sigh like an Egyptian.
Sigh like an Egyptian.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes. A question from Dennis Hopper in the back. Yes.
Yeah.
I'm buying this Jedi cologne, by the way.
What?
I'm bringing it to DragonCon.
Yeah, I put a link in the non-agenda about the Jedi cologne.
Oh, nice.
Jedi
Available at Target.
Well, they had what did they have? They had Star Trek came out with Ponfar a couple of years ago, right?
It's 25% off one day sale.
Oh, there you go.
They seriously had a I don't remember if it's a cologne or a perfume, but they put out a Star Trek one called Ponfar.
Nice.
Honestly, the bottle
they had that for
looks like a very painful dildo.
They should make a
oh my god!
They should make a Golden Girls cologne.
Yeah.
I thought they did.
It's called mothballs.
I thought
Gay.
I thought that's every variety.
Lavender.
It was lavender, yes.
I thought that's every variety of Liz Claiborne.
Please.
Oh
Blanche is wearing
diamonds. Oh my god, that looks just.
I do have a bottle of Drakkar Noir for FunFest, though.
Don't make me break out the CK1 or the Polo. I'll do it.
He'll do it. Hold
it. You do realize we all know Brian.
No,
there are things in that cologne on that cologne tray that rival any concert in any strip club in America.
That is
he
true.
Has everything.
That is true.
From 90s on up.
Does he have Jeter?
Dude. Aspen.
Does he have Jedi?
I'm sure we can find it on his shelf.
Does he have the MacGyver cologne? Because they made a special edition MacGyver cologne.
Oh, that's horrible. And they came out with all of those Justice League colognes. There was
you're like taking notes for Christmas, aren't you? For Brian.
Oh no, not in the least bit. We're still trying to figure out what to get that man for his birthday. I'm like, for the man who has everything.
Well, it's funny.
Everything.
I basically, I try to get him a weird, crazy like a Newberry Comics exclusive or somebody else exclusive, like Funko, and I will because he's posted pictures of his entire collection. So I've zoomed in on the Funko shelves and looked and gone. Because it's usually something that's like all red or like neon blue or something that I'm getting. And so I'm like, no, it's not there. Nope, no, I don't see it. I think this is a go.
What you have to do is literally plant cameras in the house yourself so that you can figure out what he doesn't have in the house.
Wow.
Yeah, but be aware that you may see things you may not want to never see.
Fair enough.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
The Jedi Man.
I'm serious. You should get him a bottle of that for Christmas.
Smells like exasperated hope and death.
It
Smells like money grab.
No, it smells like A New Hope.
Hey,
They killed that too.
Smells like an old man on an island.
It smells like a Sith.
It smells like Steven Spielberg's Old Money.
if it looks like that milk that he was getting out of that creature on the side of the hill,
oh my God.
that would be amazing.
Smells like walrus.
Oh, wow.
That would be amazing.
There I go again.
It's called Malk.
Oh my.
That actually, Here I Go Again is actually the White Snake cologne.
On your own?
Yes.
Going down this road?
Or it's yeah.
Well, it's the only road I've ever known, really.
It's James Woods on Twitter.
Can we not do that? Can we not do that?
Oh God.
It's like I'm having a really hard time watching Justice League action because he's really good as Lex Luthor. And I'm like, but
It's
in
method.
real life, you're acting like Lex Luthor.
It's method.
Horrible.
It's method.
It's meth. Wait, and I'd just like to preface that as a joke. James Woods, please don't sue me.
No, I mean he's
He
got
whines a lot more than Lex Luthor does, though.
He's got some
But-
great fun.
Well, not as much as the Lex Luthor from Batman and Batman versus Superman, but
yeah.
I don't know what he was doing in Batman versus Superman, to be honest.
Yeah, I can't relive that.
Probably
either.
counting his money.
we don't know what we were doing in the theater at Batman
So-
versus Superman.
So I had this on the non-agenda. This Zack Snyder cut of Justice League.
I'll
It
watch
doesn't
it.
exist.
I'll watch it if it exists.
But
It's
I
actually-
mean,
It's actually the P tape.
Oh,
wow.
Because if I understand the timeline correctly, he didn't finish the edit of the film.
Well, I think
Well, yeah, that's true.
I think it's talking about like bringing it back to his original vision, which God knows what that was. I all I know is that the soundtrack would be awesome. About it.
And that was Elfman, right? Elfman did the score on that, right?
I don't remember, honestly.
Because actually I had what was it? And the only reason I know this is because he did an interview with on one of the shows I listened to, where he was talking about how he got called in to do like a quickie movie score where he had to take over or a rescore for somebody. And he was talking about Justice League.
It was Elfman, yeah. You're right.
Yeah.
That's the thing about Elfman.
Which is part of the reason the original Batman theme was used.
Yeah, well, that's the thing about Elfman is that he can sound like anything you want him to sound like.
Yeah.
Unless you don't give him any direction and then he just sounds like Elfman. But
yeah,
you can go through the entire. It's like Hans Zimmer. You get in there and you go, 15 seconds in. Yeah, I don't need Shazam. This is Hans Zimmer.
Yeah.
A lot of composers are like that, but Elfman is like fucking chameleon. I'm like, dude. Okay, they have like cybernetic hearing now. You can do Oingo Boingo again. You can do it on the Halloween show. You can.
Yeah.
I've played enough Deus Ex to know that, maybe that's not a great idea.
Look, of all the really bad band reunions that have gone on, really could Oingo Boingo let us down? No.
Well, honestly,
you've just jinxed it now, Rob.
No, I haven't. They're pretty much foolproof, dude. They've never played a bad show.
I know he's been doing a series of like shows. He doesn't want to call it a tour, but I think it's enough now. He's spaced them out enough where it's not a tour, but where he's been doing these movie score shows and the Burton shows.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I don't know if it's a point of I don't know if the other people want to.
Well, him and Bartek are tight. So
yeah, I know him and Bartek.
Imagine.
Actually, Bartek has been playing. I think wasn't Bartek playing on some of the scoring shows?
Yeah, I think they're all still pretty tight. So
Well, and I mean that's the thing. The whole.
I know he doesn't want to do another album because he clearly could, but
yeah.
Well, I was just saying, I think the whole playing a score, like bits of a score, or like playing along with the movie. Now, if he got bored and wanted to like rescore Nosferatu or something, I'm totally fucking there. But
well, as I understand, what he's been doing is on some of these things he's been conducting.
Yeah. Yes. They had one of those on PBS a couple of years ago. It was awesome.
Yeah.
So.
Or he said he's attempted conducting.
Yeah.
He's been more rescoring some of the things to make things fit, but
okay, he's
attempted to rescore.
Does he wear a tux like Cab Calloway would have worn?
No.
Shit.
No.
That would have sold me.
Although I know he did the one thing where he was doing Jack Skellington, but I'm not sure what he was wearing. Because I know he did like the one show with like where it was him and Helena Bonham Carter and they did the duet.
Yeah.
Well, Toughly, if you hear he's coming through town, for God's sake, ping me.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. And he does these like every so often, every few years or so, because I know he just got off doing the Burton stuff.
Yeah.
I think the last time he I won't say tour, but I know the last time he came through with this stuff, it was specifically the Burton based scores. So
you know what? I would actually say, especially you're concerned about your hearing, Danny, because I know he listens. Do an unplugged tour. I'd be cool with that. I mean, you've got the horns still. You got to have horns.
Cool with them playing the records off an iPod, just talking about how they were made, like a lecture.
Oh shit! Commentary, live commentary. Yes, please.
You know how they're doing. You know how they're what's his face?
Isn't like Meatloaf doing that already?
It doesn't matter. Like what's his face who does the video stuff for the BBC? If he did something like that, it'd be great.
Yeah,
like, I actually just heard like Meatloaf is like touring and doing a storytellers thing. But like an American Idol contestant is like doing the actual singing.
Yeah.
Well, okay.
Which is really bizarre.
But I can't remember where I saw it, but I did see recent footage of him trying to sing, and I love that man. I love that man. He, not only because of his music, but also Fight Club. He's amazing. But I'm like, it's like, you know what? It's like the time when I saw, late Don McLean doing American Pie so badly. And you just go, oh God, please don't do that. Just don't. Oh, he's doing it. Oh, why didn't someone stop him? Oh God. So we don't know. No pain like that. No pain like that.
But no, those things do exist because
okay, cool.
He's actually like, no, what he's doing. I forget the guy that he got, but I know he's like doing a tour where he's telling stories behind some of the songs, and then like then they cue the other guy, and the other guy starts singing. Basically, it just sounded like a very odd sort of thing, but. I know why he's doing it. I'm just sort of like, really? But
yeah, it's just every time I hear that a track off of the 2-disc Halloween farewell concert, I feel a little twinge in my heart, in the subcockle region of my heart.
He said cockle.
Oh.
Pause that refreshes every 15 minutes.
Oh, okay.
So what did I miss? Where are we? Where are we on the non-agenda thing?
Or just jumping around. I want to go back to something you said, Rox, about the whole mocap thing.
Yeah.
Okay, I meant to mention this last time. Have you guys seen the Mowgli trailer?
Yeah. Yeah.
Am I the only one who thinks that looks weird as fuck?
It's weird.
No, you're not the only one who thinks that.
Nope.
Okay.
Crazy weird.
I mean, and here's the thing. It's like, it's Andy Serkis. And so, I mean, he's really good at playing the humanoid figures.
Is this the one he's directing?
Yes, he's directing it.
Okay, that's why I remember this.
Yeah.
Because this is one of the Jungle Book projects that somebody blinked and changed the name on, right?
Probably, because I mean,
there were like 3 or 4 Jungle Book movies in development at one point or another. So I think that's the one where somebody blinked and changed the name.
And the last one was really, really good. They could have left it alone for a while.
Well, but this is Warner Brothers. This is not, the last one was Disney.
Well, yeah, Warner Brothers.
They're basically going off of the original book, and that's from 1894, so it's public domain.
Yeah.
I mean, the cast they got is fucking amazing. Christian Bale, Kate Blanchett.
But it's just weird.
No, I know, dude. I know, dudettes, whatever. It's weird. It is completely weird. It reminds me. Okay, you know those was it Beggin' strips or whatever?
Yeah.
Where they put the human mouth on a dog.
Yeah.
And if there isn't a god, because if there was a god, he would have just come down and gone, oh fuck no. When's
the release date on this?
October 19th.
Yep.
Oh, okay. See, I was gonna say if this was the teaser trailer and it's a while before release, it's probably test footage. But no, wow.
I mean, but again, like Benedict Cumberbatch is Shere Khan.
Well, yeah.
Naomi Harris, Eddie Marson, Tom Holland.
Although I'll be honest, if we can just have the footage of like Cumberbatch actually acting it out.
I've seen a bit of it.
And that's just the movie, that I'm fine with that.
It's like, no, it's
God, the mouths look horrible.
Oh, it's like,
yeah.
God, they're awful.
I know. Do you know how sad I was when the first Sin City, I figure it was a DVD or Blu-ray, had a green screen version, but it was sped up? I'm like, no, I would watch it. I would watch it in real time, you fuckers. But no, it's like watching Cumberbatch do Shere Khan is like watching him do Smaug.
Exactly. I would watch that.
Yes. Yeah, I know, right? It's amazing.
It is. Yeah.
Even though he's doing the Grinch, which yeah, he's Grinch.
But why? We don't need it again.
I know. Well, it's like okay, I found out.
Here's the thing. It's the rule now that you can wait. You don't have to wait as long now.
Yeah,
apparently not.
Basically,
Spider-Man has basically proven that you don't have to wait that long.
But yeah, I just found out that and I'm gonna butcher his name, but Denis Villeneuve, the guy who did Arrival and Blade Runner 2049, is doing the new Dune. And I'm like, okay, Dune, but it's that guy. And Blade Runner 2049, based on Blade Runner 2049, it's going to be amazing. It's going to be visually stunning. It's going to be deep, and no one is going to fucking understand it.
Well, nobody really understood the first one. You had that synopsis handout when you went into the theater.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if you watch the director's cut, it's
here you go, kids. Here's the word Arrakis. It's just a planet.
I
told that to Cosette, and she was like, "I didn't know they were doing another Dune." And I'm like, "They're always doing another Dune."
Well, see, here's the thing: you have to kind of understand that the David Lynch Dune is basically an extension of the Twin Peaks universe. Yeah. And if you look at it that way, it makes way more sense.
So who has ever seen the full, 9 hours of that? I have.
Of what? The
Dune.
The full, is that the David Lynch version or the
David Lynch one?
No, I've not. Where
it's long. I don't know where. I think HBO showed it once.
HBO had a cut.
Okay, they had a cut.
But was it good?
Oh no, it's still not good.
You know what? I read
still not
Dune and I
good.
didn't care for Dune.
Well,
I mean, come on.
No, no, I agree. The problem.
It's stinging metal underwear. What do you think?
Well, the problem I had with Dune was that it seemed to he kind of got around the final act of a story is so fucking hard. It is so fucking hard.
Yeah.
And he kind of just skipped 3/4 of the final act.
He tried to streamline it.
Well, he built up this war and then like didn't give us the war. To be honest, the Roxy, see if you had the same reaction. I enjoyed the like appendices about planetology more than the fucking book itself.
The book. Exactly. Yeah. Yes.
And I think they did a pretty good job in the sci-fi version of trying to work around the problems with the book. Pretty good.
I think the other way. Well, I think the other way the sci-fi series worked is because they were a series of miniseries.
Yeah.
So therefore, if you didn't like the other books, you didn't have to watch the other miniseries.
And speaking of scores, John Harrison directed it, who did the musical score for the original Day of the Dead.
Oh,
yes.
Good connection.
Oh, and I know I've probably mentioned this before, but everyone has seen the documentary for Jodorowsky's Dune, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Because if you haven't, you have to watch it.
Oh, is that the one that the with the Geiger designs on it?
Yeah.
No. With everyone. Yeah, well, it had Salvador. Yeah, it had Geiger. It had Mobius.
I think Dolly did some stuff for it.
Yes, Dolly was going to be the Emperor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And,
that's it.
Orson Welles was going to be in it because Jodorowsky promised him the chef from his favorite restaurant would just cook for him every day.
That's right. Yeah.
The soundtrack was going to be Pink Floyd. I mean, it was just the documentary's fucking amazing.
It's crazy. I'd watch that.
Are you kidding? I think they should, because they have in the documentary they show this Bible that they created for the movie.
Mm-hmm.
They show it is a thing. It is an actual thing. If you just took the storyboards off of that and then like did not even a full animation, but like animatic, right?
Yeah.
An animatic, and then got people to. You could get Ross Marquand from The Walking Dead, who was the Red Skull.
You know what? Okay,
like,
this is we harken back to there should be a Muppet version of Dune.
Oh,
it was Dark Crystal. But there you go. Well, and you know what? You don't have to do sets. It's like there we are. You use that wall from Sesame Street, and it will work.
Oh my God, Rox! Can you imagine a Muppet sandworm? Oh my God!
They just take that little inchworm and you just blow it up.
Blow it up. Just blow it. But I just love the idea of watching, because I'm assuming now. Okay, so the question is Kermit?
Oh well, he'd have to be Paul.
Yeah, Paul. So to watch Kermit riding a fucking Muppet sandworm, that'd be amazing. Oh, and they don't have a thumper; they have Animal with his drums. Oh my God!
Now you could do a Mad Max that's all Muppets, and you just have, instead of the guitar player, you just have, Dr. Teeth.
Someone actually did that as a photo online. Someone actually drew that. Oh my God, what is it? I'm trying to find it. It'll be a minute. Keep moving.
So with the Muppet theme, it would be keep Charlize Theron and make everyone else a Muppet.
Yes. That's right. Yes.
Well, in the photo,
oh my God, and Oscar the Grouch could be the mean villain guy. Oscar.
Although to be fair, technically Tom Hardy is a Muppet, but
Ooh. I mean, according to that Venom trailer.
Well, yes, but
I think what you do is you cast Bobo the Bear as Max because no wait, hear me out. Because how many lines does Max actually have in the film? He mostly grunts, right?
That is genius.
You're right.
So, he had that with that that Bobo voice.
That's genius.
Oh God, I would watch the hell out of that.
Yeah.
Here we go. Found it.
All right. So you posted. Oh, go ahead.
There we go.
No, I was gonna say you get Maurice LaMarche, of course, to do the voice of Orson Welles. You get Ross Marquand to do all the other guys. I'm sure he's got an amazing Mick Jagger. Considering I did anyone? Okay, here's a quick question because I may have asked this before, but I have no brain cells. Did anyone who didn't know that was Hugo Weaving going into Infinity War not think that was Hugo Weaving? Because I thought it was Hugo Weaving.
Yeah, I did too.
No, I had read that Hugo Weaving didn't do it, so I knew that was not Hugo Weaving.
Oh,
that's what I mean. You knew going into it, but he showed up and I was like, oh fuck, it's Hugo Weaving. But no, it was Ross Marquand who apparently didn't even tell Michonne that they were going to be in the same movie.
Wow.
Oh, and speaking of which, that was the other thing, is because now does anyone on here still watch Walking Dead, or is everyone fled?
I haven't watched like the last 4 episodes.
I haven't watched the last 3 seasons.
Yeah, pretty much me too.
So Rocks Fall, everyone dies.
No, I haven't watched in like 4 years.
I'm just curious as to when Denai's contract is up, because if Andy and Lauren Cohen are leaving this season, and Denai's just been in like 2 of the biggest fucking movies of the year or like ever, Black Panther and Infinity War.
Supposedly she's going to do Star Trek with Hemsworth,
or King Kong versus Godzilla.
Yeah.
So I'm like, if she's being eyed for those projects, I'm like, how much longer is she going to wear the wig and have the katana? You know what I mean? Because I'm wondering if her contract is up anytime soon. I think she's gone.
Well, if they do that, if they go through with the time jump, she's not. Well, I guess they don't have to go by obviously they're not going to go by the comics because Carl, but if
they're not going to go by the comics because if Andy's gone, then there's no reason to keep Negan alive.
Yeah, so if they do the time jump, Michonne's not really in the comic that much post time jump, is she?
Not at first, because she, if I remember correctly,
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, you don't know where she is for a while, and it turns out that she's been with the people who have been using like tall-masted ships to fish offshore to get away from because she and Ezekiel had a falling out and she just wanted to get away from it.
Yeah. So I mean, if they're actually going to do that part of it or some version of that part of it, they could give her an out.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the out is basically if she's out, I just see her getting out because there is so much. I mean, apart from the fact that, you know, even aside from all this, she's a Tony-nominated playwright.
Yeah.
She is. What is it? She's now the face of Reebok. I mean, she's blowing up and well deserved too. So I can just see her
not coming back at all.
Just not coming back at all because I mean she's done it. And I mean nobody can blame her because she's been on it since what, season 3?
Yeah. Although that's again, if they follow at least that part of the time jump, then that's either an out to bring her back for guest appearances or just to write her completely out.
Yeah.
And keep Michelle, and you can keep mentioning her, but not actually have her on the show.
So basically, you want her to go upstairs for 4 years.
Haven't they done that already?
Well, I tell you, oh God,
who did they kind of do that to already?
Heath.
Yeah.
He kind of no one knows where Heath just dropped off the face of the earth because Corey Hawkins blew up.
Yeah. I mean that is typically how Walking Dead handles people blowing up.
I mean, because what was it? He did 24. He did Kong Skull Island, and before that, of course, Straight Outta Compton.
Yeah.
And and he's in. Did I know this? He's in Black Klansman.
Yeah, I think so.
I didn't know that, but God, I want to see that so bad. Yeah, he's busy. Very busy.
So yeah, I'm not surprised. But yeah, I could see it, if they play anything from the time jump, I would imagine it would be that if she's actually leaving. Or even if she's not, to give her time to go out and do all of this other stuff.
Yeah, because I mean, basically, that leaves you with Norman and Melissa as your original characters. And, so she is, I think,
or aren't they kind of pegging her as like the female lead at this point anyway? Because I know Lauren's leaving anyway, so it doesn't matter.
Right.
But
well, I mean, it depends. I mean, I haven't been watching the show directly because it makes me sad. But
because I know they set it up in a way. I know they set the end of the season up in a way where a bunch of characters can get dropped.
Yeah, I mean, part of the thing is that I think there's so many characters that could have taken the lead, but they killed them off or they've screwed them up. Like,
yeah.
I don't know what they've done to Carol, but she went off her rocker. They moved Lenny to Fear. He would have been great. Chad Coleman, if they hadn't written Tyrese completely wrong, and he was still around, that would be awesome. Hell, if they had done what I wanted them to do and killed Maggie instead of Glenn, then Glenn's your lead.
Yeah.
Because TV Glenn is so much more interesting than comic Glenn.
Yeah.
But I mean, my thing about Michonne and Daryl is that they are great supporting characters.
I'm not sure if they can lead the show. That's the thing.
I mean, because they are. I mean, they're just great in a support capacity. So I don't know if they can lead it. I mean,
I guess somebody's going to find out. Whoever's watching, whoever's left watching, is going to find out.
Yeah, but... I mean, the thing that kills me is it's like this was their plan from the beginning. They said once it became clear that this was going to run, they said, "Oh, this is perfect because we can just characters can come in characters can come in, new characters, and old characters can." Die and leave, and it'd be great. And then they proceeded not to set up for
that.
To set up for Andy leaving, which they should have done from jump.
Well, the comic, if they just stayed, they didn't have to go that far. The comic was designed for that.
Yeah,
if they had not killed Carl, it would have been easier to pull off.
Right, but I mean, again, the problem is,
I know why logistically in the series they did that because Chandler wanted to leave, but
well, my understanding is he didn't. I had heard he did not, and it was a bit of a surprise.
Okay,
I think he's basically. I think he's basically been like, okay, I'm out because I mean he's been doing it since the beginning, and based on what I know about the production of that show, it is not easy.
Well, no, I'd heard two things. I'd heard A, he wanted to leave because he was auditioning for other stuff.
Right.
And B, I had heard that part of the reason they cut him was that he was auditioning for other stuff. So,
yeah, but I mean, that second thing doesn't make a lot of sense because everybody in that show has been doing other stuff.
Well, yeah.
I mean, especially because with 35 lead characters, there are whole episodes in which people don't appear.
By the way, for future scholars, do not base your zombie apocalypse television show on Vehicle Voltron. I'm just saying.
Oh, man.
Never, 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 never base your zombie apocalypse television show on Vehicle Voltron. You don't need 30 characters.
But you swap them out like Legos.
You don't need land, air, and sea in the same show. Build it up slowly.
You did with Thunderbirds.
Yes, Thunderbirds. That's a small cast. That's reasonable.
But they had air, land, and sea.
Even with Lady Penelope, which is really the reason why anybody watched that show. But
scary as that is.
As scary as that is why people watch that show.
Right. All right, I'm out of here, but I'm gonna say the Emmys, the guest actress needs to go to Diana Rigg.
Yes.
Well,
yeah. I want that pop so bad.
I do too.
I saw that. She gets a pop. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Everyone gets a pop eventually.
Yeah.
No, but here's the thing. She was nominated for 2 of the other seasons.
Didn't she win? She won one.
No, I don't think she did. No,
I thought she did.
I don't think so. From what article I read, it didn't say.
Okay.
Not that I care. Because they're all rigged. Although Diana Rigg needs to win.
Rigged for Rigg.
Right. I mean, all the other ones are good and stuff, and when is the Emmys anyway? Like next week?
Who cares? It's television.
Yeah.
Wow.
And I have to laugh at this. Wait a minute. The thing I have to laugh at is the structured reality program and the unstructured reality program. Now, anybody that knows unstructured reality programming is structured reality programming. If there's a producer involved, it's structured. I mean, come on. Oh yeah. So
I just think it's interesting that the Emmys get a lot of coverage on broadcast networks, and they fight with each other over which one gets to carry it year after year. And now we're at the point where there are actually very few broadcast shows that are actually nominated for any of these fucking things.
Yeah. Except for Antiques Roadshow.
So it's like network television puts up a big block of real estate to advertise shit that's on none of their networks.
I know. And PBS doesn't have to do this at all. But yeah, it's all Shark Tank's on it. Lip Sync Battle, they call it Paramount, though. Is there a Paramount channel?
There's a Paramount network. Hard to believe. It took them a few years. It took them a few decades, but they finally got a Paramount network.
Yeah, they still Paramount to nothing.
Yeah.
So what year did they start looking? Because for years the Emmys was for network television, and when did it creep into cable? Because that was the big deal, wasn't it? Like, you can't have Emmys for cable television.
Cable had been eligible, and I think earlier on, I think it was mostly in the reality categories.
Oh, okay.
But I know cable had been eligible at some point because they allowed the inclusion of cable for the daytime Emmys.
Mm-hmm. Yes, this is true.
So that's kind of the loophole that originally allowed cable in, because they changed the rules for the daytime Emmys. I don't quite remember when, but I think it was at some point in the 90s.
Mm-hmm.
I think. And so I think as HBO kind of came on, it was kind of ridiculous to not include them. So,
well, and I assume at some point they had to include them when more people were watching them, because otherwise,
yes,
they become irrelevant.
Yes. So, but again, like I said, I know at one point, I think it's in the 90s, where they changed the rules because for daytime television, and that kind of allowed the loophole for the primetime Emmys.
Oh, okay.
To include cable. But like I said, probably the rise of HBO had a lot to do with it too. So as far as an original content thing, and not just the guys who did First and 10. So, I think that probably had a lot more to do with it. But as like, let's say, as more of that came along. Now I don't know where the leap went from cable to Netflix. I still miss. I still miss the part where they let the Netflix shows in, but I guess I missed exactly. I think it was House of Cards.
Yes.
Maybe. I think it was House of Cards where they started doing that. But then, because what was it? The Black Mirror episode that won last year for like best TV movie. Was Sinjir Puro. That won the Emmy for best TV movie. Which is weird because Black Mirror is nominated again in the same category this year for the USS Callister episode, which again is the oft concept, not completely bleak Black Mirror episode gets nominated for an Emmy. I believe Charlie Brooker is hooked onto a formula. So
yeah. You know, and the funny thing is I didn't care for that episode.
It's not as good if you're comparing the off concept episodes. It's not as good, but. Right. Of this series, that's actually I liked that episode better than anything else.
Yeah, this season was not that good.
Because this series was not that good. The dating one was kind of okay.
Yeah.
And again, it's not as bleak.
Yes, I think that's yes. It was,
which again is another sign that, you know, if Brooker wants to be a little more satirical with these things and less dark, sometimes he gets away with that. But the other ones were just, I don't
think I finished.
Yeah. The other ones were just really, Playtest was hard to get through from last year, but I finally did get finished watching it.
Which one was Playtest?
Playtest was the one with the virtual reality thing that dwelled on your fears.
Oh yeah.
That it took me a couple of tries to get through that one, and it's not because it was ultimately it's really good, but it's hard to watch.
Yeah,
it's hard to watch. Playtest was hard to watch. The one with the bees was hard to watch, but I made it through on the first go, and I thought it was pretty good from the last series. But USS Callister and the dating one were the only ones I could actually get all the way through without just going, wow, this is really fucking dark. Okay.
Yes.
And I understand it's Black Mirror. That's the point. But it's just, there are certain episodes of the show that are unrelentingly dark, and it's worth it when you get to the end of it.
God. Yeah.
You know, like, what was, and I forget, I think it's White Bear, the one that's the killer.
Yeah.
The one that's the manhunt thing.
Yeah.
Where you get to the end of it, it's like that, the payoff on that is worth how unrelentingly brutal that is. However, I don't think they've got the mix right on a bunch of these, at least on the last series.
Crocodile was the episode I thought I felt that way about, where like the payoff at the end just didn't add up for me.
Yeah, a lot of
one with the memory.
Yeah, a lot of Black Mirror episodes rely on either the twist, the bit you don't know. The Christmas episode is a perfect example of that.
Yeah,
where it just really pays off.
Yes.
But again, it's unrelentingly just fucking dark until you get to the end of it, and you're like, oh, that's why.
Yeah.
And then it makes sense, but it's really good. And a lot of Black Mirror episodes are based on that. I think the other off concept episode, I think it's from the first series, the one that Haley Atwell's in. It's a Haley Atwell, I think Donald Gleason, I think. The one with the one where she creates the AI boyfriend based on phone stuff. Yeah, that one. Yeah. That one was really good. So all of the off concept ones feel like, one, they seem better because they're not as fucking dark as everything else.
Right.
But two, most of the time they are actually a little bit better.
Yeah.
Admittedly.
Yes.
But yeah, a lot of Black Mirror episodes rest on what that twist is. And a lot of them the payoff works. There's the hit miss ratio is good, but a lot of much more so than Twilight Zone, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Where a lot of Twilight Zone is also the twist, but also characterization.
Yeah.
So it feels like you're getting to the payoff, but it's not. It's also, to be fair to Twilight Zone and Black Mirror, Twilight Zone is not that harsh, but although true. on the surface, but a lot of Black Mirror is just so unrelentingly, it's brutal, and the payoff's got to be there,
right?
You just don't. It's just not there if you're not it's not worth it. It's not worth the exercise.
I did that with Handmaid's Tale. I think I went through maybe half the episodes. No, what I started doing, because it's just so relenting on the abuse, that I'm like, it would screw my whole day up. I just would, okay, it's Wednesday, I'll read what's going on, and then be like, okay, I don't need to watch this. Okay, I've read this, I don't need to watch this. I mean, because they went totally off Margaret Atwood's book this season. So it's like, hey, let's do it as much as, I think the lightest one I could get through was the one when they went to Canada.
Yeah.
It's just like, okay. Everything else is just like, no. I mean, it's just like, no, and I have Winch will tell you, I saw Threads.
Yeah.
And I couldn't get through a season of Handmaid's Tale this just because.
I'm in the same boat, that it's a thing like, do I want to be depressed the rest of this evening?
Yes.
Do I want to have to think about this while I'm going to bed? What is the rest of my day like? I have to schedule it all around watching one episode.
And to go back to Black Mirror, I think that's the thing. Do you want to have the discussion afterwards? Because you almost feel like with a lot of those episodes, you kind of have to talk it out to let it go.
Yes. Oh, most definitely. And the funny thing, though, is watching the technology that takes place.
Yeah.
Like, so after this last season of Black Mirror, like, my daughter and I are in Target over at Atlantic Station, and they have these dolls on the shelves where it's the bear, and you program it with your voice. God. And she just looks at me and she's like, "Oh no, that's some Black Mirror shit." And there are these kids from tech that are at the other end of the aisle going, "Oh yeah, give me a hug." And it was like, "Nope, we're done."
Nope.
Right? Or like a few months ago where they're showing the videos where they program the robot dogs, and I'm like, those look like the exact same freaking black dogs out of Black Mirror that were hunting that dude down.
Yeah.
And
like, this ends bad.
And it's weird because the only episodes Kim's seen of Black Mirror were the off concept ones. She did sit down and watch the Bees episode with me, and then immediately stopped watching everything else. So she's like, "Okay, honey, you just walk me through it. Just explain it to me. I'll be here for the technology discussion you feel like you need to have at the end." But let me know when the off concept one pops up. I'll watch that one with you. But it's like, no, you say there's bees in it. Nope, sorry, nope. It's about dogs. It's about dogs who chase people. No. Like, I think the only other one, I'll take that back. The only other one she did watch was Secret History of You.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
because it's the Jodie Whittaker one. That's why she watched that one.
Okay.
And she watched. Well, it was that, and I think at the time it was the one Robert Downey has the rights to. I think that's why she watched it. And she's like, "Okay, honey, from now on, it's okay. We can talk about it when you're done watching it, and I'm fine." It's kind of like Mad Men, where I basically just described Mad Men, and then I showed her the pictures of the pretty dresses.
Nice.
Mike's Guide to Mad Men. All of this happened, and it's basically brief because that is really, you can sum up an episode of Mad Men in 3 episodes. But look, pretty dresses, and that was it. That was basically.
Right. Yes, I agree with her on that. All right, I'm gone. Bye.
All right, have a good evening.
Rocks.
Bye, Rox.
Bye.
Mike explains bleak prestige television to Kim. That's gonna be a podcast.
I was about to say I'm looking forward to that podcast.
Don't worry, Nerdist will pick it up.
Too soon. Too soon.
Not soon enough. It's been a month. It's been a month. It's free game.
Is that the time limit, a month?
I give it 24 hours, but
oh well, you're right in line for the news cycle then.
Exactly. You know.
Oh, so what else was in the non-agenda agenda?
Non-agenda.
Well, the Doctor Who trailer came out.
Yeah. Which, you know, a lot of people complained about it. It's like, oh, it should have been actual stuff from the series. And I'm like, shut up. I swear to God, and I said this before. I've said this before in a Need Coffee article that Doctor Who fans are like the bitchiest fandom next to Stargate fans.
No, they're not. I'm gonna tell you.
Really?
Yes. 80s cartoons fans, right?
Really?
Anything that gets remade 80s cartoons, you guarantee those fans are gonna come out of the woodwork and scream and cry and throw tantrums. And I say that because half of the people complained about the new Voltron. They complain about Thundercats Roar, which I don't particularly like the animation style, so I won't be watching it. That's my only gripe with it. But then the new images for She-Ra and the Princesses of Power came out this week.
Oh, God.
And it has been a shitstorm of dudes between the age of 30 and 50 complaining. Yeah. Well, why does he look like an androgynous boy? It's a young teenage girl. My niece is 16, almost 17 years old that does dance. She's built the exact same way. Shut the hell up.
That's kind of what happens now. But to go back to Thundercats real quick, though, I did make the joke about I'm really looking forward to the comedic take on Robotech. Come on, genocide is fun. Genocide is funny. Come on. But other than that, I'm over it because you're right. The art style is just not great.
Right.
It's what is it? The Gumball? It's the Gumball style.
Yeah. And look, the show may be great, right? Writing wise. Personally, that art style doesn't appeal to me, and that's my only gripe with it, right? I'm like, okay, I can't really get past the art style. I'm out.
Yeah. I don't care. They could have like Conan's writing staff writing that show. Might give it a chance, but honestly, I'm not feeling it. But it's fine. I'm not complaining about its right to not exist.
Right.
But to get back to the Doctor Who thing, it's amazing how much people are still pissed off about Jodie Whittaker and the fact that the Doctor's going to be a female. It's like, fucking get over it.
Yeah, that's what I don't get. You have this being that can regenerate, right? But you have an issue with it coming back as a woman.
So in your show about, time travel and
alien races
and a flying phone box, the thing you're concerned about is whether or not you can gender swap the protagonist.
Yeah.
That's what freaks you out. Get a life. Go out more.
When it's been established that
exactly
they do swap genders. It's been established.
Yes. Yes, which is crazy. I think. How do I put this? Because I do understand the phenomena, right? It's sort of like, okay, the band that you were following in the clubs eventually sells out a stadium and you feel like they're not yours anymore.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we've all been there. I understand it. It's just fucking stupid. You know?
Yeah, mine was with New Kids on the Block, but
yeah, I know.
Well, you know, they no longer have the right stuff.
Ugh.
Don't you talk about them that way.
Did they lose the rights to their own name? Is that why they're in KOTB now?
They can't spell it now.
Oh.
It's actually the letters on the pill bottles that they have to take every morning.
Exactly.
It's the little pill dispenser.
The dementia pills. That's okay. You just say the letters. It's fine.
Exactly. I need an NOKTB. We're horrible people. To New Kids on the Block, if you're listening,
they listen.
I'd like to apologize. Honestly, I've seen Jordan Knight in person. I really liked his career, Joey's acting career, Donnie's acting career, what have you. I don't know what the other guy does, and yeah, there you go.
Well, all right then. But yeah, it's you know, it reminded me a lot of like, and I don't know if nobody remembers this, but the 2005 series had like a series of like trailers, like mini trailers.
Not double wides.
Yeah, not double wides.
No, were they trailers or modular homes? There's a slight difference.
You got to peek. That's what it was. You got to peek. So that kind of reminds me of this a little bit, and you know, the other thing is, you know, it's a relaunch, and before you see a frame of anything anyone's done, which technically you can because there's a leak, and you know, people are kind of judging what she's doing because they don't leave their basement that often. I don't know. I don't want to stereotype people, but hey, if you're gonna shit on, you know, the doctor can't be a woman, sorry, then that's what you're gonna get. But why can't she be a woman? Reasonably explain it to me, and then you might have a chance. But I would like to see a frame of the show to judge it, because listen, if it sucks, I'm going to be, you know, I'm going to be the first person to say, "Good God, it sucks."
Yeah, but that still has crap to do with her being a woman as well.
No,
that
it
could
has absolutely nothing.
Hey, the writing was crap again this season.
And it has absolutely nothing to do with the performance of her as a woman. I thought the scripts last year were kind of shit, but you know, Pearl Mackie was great, and Capaldi's awesome. So that's kind of what made the show work. There's a lot of there's at least 2 Tom Baker seasons that are completely based on performance, where all of the stories were shit, and it's based on the performance of the actors. So you know, I'm used to that with this show, but you know, if there's a concern at all about Doctor Who, it's that, you know, really Chibnall's only written maybe 2 episodes that I actually liked that he's done, and the rest of them are kind of questionable to shit. And then he wrote a portion of Torchwood, so everybody knows how I feel about that. So you know, he has improved, and he has done things outside of Who that were really good. I really, really fucking loved Broadchurch, and if he can kind of piece together that kind of a puzzle box, I'm in. I'm down with that. He did a really good job adapting, you know, Law and Order. So his procedural shows have been fucking great. So if he can bring part of that into Who, that's a different way of looking at it, because this show reboots itself every once in a while. And that's, you know,
and it comes back as a woman.
And it comes back as a woman. But you know, the show, if the show wants to go a different route, then that's what it'll do. Which is the way the show works. So I'm fine with that. But
exactly, that's why the next Doctor's Idris Elba.
Listen. I was telling people, and I don't know if you've seen this, but I was telling people, even last time before the choice, I'm like, if it's not Grace Jones, let's just riot.
Whoa, that's a bit much. I don't know if we can handle Dr. Grace Jones.
Oh, wait. Do we want her to be the Doctor, or do we want her to be a new Master?
That would be awesome too. But I was like, no. Let's just go Grace Jones. Let's
Grace
do
Jones
that.
is just gonna look and go, I'm not wearing any panties, Doctor. Because all I can think of is all of her lines in Boomerang at this point.
Exactly.
Strange.
Like just have her say all of the lines from both the Bond film and Boomerang, and that's it. That is the entirety of her.
Go ahead and add in the Conan stuff too if we're going to do it.
But yeah, I was like, no, they didn't go far enough. I wanted Grace Jones.
Can you imagine that the Doctor Who outfit for Grace Jones?
No.
Yeah, me neither. But it's fun to think about.
It's fun to think about.
The Grace Jones Dalek.
No, it's the hats. It's down to the hats.
It's down to the hats.
Because if you've seen her on, and she's done a lot of like Jules Holland in recent years, but every time she's on there, the hats are incredible. But yeah, you know, and so I'm like, they didn't go far enough. So I'm completely down with that. And I think the trailer was, you know, kind of interesting. I'm always curious how the modern show will handle more than two companions, because they haven't done a really good job with that. So I'm curious to see how that's going to work. But you know, we'll see.
So who's the companion going to be for her?
Like three of them, isn't it?
She's got three. She's got three companions, two relatively young folks, and then was it Bradley Walsh?
Yeah, I saw him in the trailer. I was going to ask about that.
Yes. So I don't know if all of the companions are there all of the time. I'm sort of under the impression that it'll be sort of like Matt Lucas was last year, where they had Matt Lucas, but he wasn't on all the time. They only had him in certain episodes. So maybe some of the three people are not there all the time, I'm guessing. So that could be what happens, but I'm not necessarily sure. But
it makes picking the restaurant easier if they're not.
Yeah. But I know even like the classic series had a problem with like overstuffing it with too many people. So it'll be interesting to handle. And I would imagine what they're going to do is, you know, swap some of the people out, because a lot of the behind the scenes issues with Who is, if you've only got two people, they're in every bloody frame.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So that's why they started having like the episodes where the Doctor isn't in it a whole lot or at all. So that the lead could get, at least at least a week off. Right? Or why they had like episodes where, you know, the companions didn't appear, or like a solo Doctor episode, or they tried to change it up, because that was part of the reason, even though he doesn't talk about it, that's part of the reason Eccleston left, because the schedule is so brutal. So that's one of the changes they made when in subsequent seasons, was to give both the leads some ability to have some time off. And I think this is maybe furthering that to some degree. And I know they did that last year with Matt Lucas being on, and the frequency with which they had the Master on, where she was on a lot last year, almost as an additional companion. So I think part of that is to offset like the load the leads have to do. So I'll be interesting to see how they actually make that work mechanically. But other than that, I'm looking forward to it. So usually the beginning of the year, I'm fairly pretty positive about it. So we'll see.
I don't know why I like Bradley Walsh so much, but I just kind of dig him.
I have no idea either, but he's like, he's instantly likable.
Yeah.
And even in things where he's a complete asshole.
Well, I loved him in Law and Order UK.
Yeah, and that is obviously the Chris Chibnall connection, which is Law and Order UK. So, so again, and he's also writing for. That's the other thing that I think may help is that he's writing for people obviously he's comfortable with, and he has a working relationship with. To an extent, that's why Russell Davies went with Tennant for his second one, because they had a working relationship and he already knew how to write for Tennant. So, you know, that always seems to work pretty well. So that's encouraging. And he's done, particularly with Broadchurch, he's written a lot of really good shit for Jodie Whittaker. So, you know, that's an encouraging sign. So we'll see. I'm hopeful. It looks good. So we'll see. Although I know people complained that the BBC made people watch a French soccer game for that, but but hey, UK, guess what? America didn't have to. So fuck you.
Wow.
We were out of the World Cup before it started.
Wow.
We didn't even need the World Cup.
That's awful.
Well, yes, and we're forced to watch baseball and they don't. So, you know, I guess there's a payoff. I guess there's a trade-off. Wait, is baseball still on television? Who knows?
That's the one with the puck, right?
Yes, that's the one with the puck and the balls.
Oh, hello.
And it's the sport LeBron's not playing, just in case you're curious about that. Internets.
I was very curious.
You leave my friend LeBron out of this. He's done nothing wrong by anyone.
No, he can go. Here's the thing. He can go wherever he wants, which is clearly what we've proven in the last, 8 years. Clearly he can go wherever he wants. It's just, if your goal was to actually beat Golden State once or twice, that was probably not the best way to go about that. But hey, he's gonna be he. You know, if I had the chance to meet Magic Johnson, I'd sign a contract too. So
we're not going to devolve into this conversation, Tuffley.
We're not. I just
it's going to be just fine.
Just putting that out there. It'll be fine.
I've got enough banners in that stadium to know that this is going to work out long term.
Oh, the ratings are going to be huge.
No, it's going to work out long term.
Okay.
We'll get another championship out of it.
Cool.
That's how it works.
Sports Brawls brought to you by
exactly
the pause that refreshes.
Foolishness.
By the way, for the logo for that, by the way, is SBZ. That's the logo for Sports Balls.
Horrible.
When we get a graphics department, that's going to happen. That's all I'm saying.
Wait, Soundboard doesn't do that already?
No. So what else we got? Do we want to get to recommendations now, or can we get to recommendations?
Yeah, we can move towards that. It's about that time. What who wants to go first then?
I can go.
Of the survivors.
Of the survivors, I can go. First up, I will recommend if you have the ability to find them, the Joy Division Doc Martens, because they're fucking awesome. They're really hard to find, as it turns out, but they're cool. So if you want them, get the Joy Division ones because they're black and they're the coolest ones. The technique, they also have those based on a New Order album cover, which is Power, Corruption, and Lies, which is actually also kind of nice. The technique ones are a bit weird, so don't buy those. But I looked at those and I went, who the hell's going to buy those shoes? But the Joy Division Doc Martens are awesome. So if you can find them and you like Joy Division, which is probably a requirement for that, what are these on my feet? Then get those. They're pretty cool. Video game wise, The Crew 2 popped out finally after a lot of teasing and a lot of well, it's coming. Wait, no, it's coming. So it's out now, and it is a persistent online drive 'em up, basically, and you get your choice of vehicles, where be it cars, be it supercars, race cars, bikes, I think hovercrafts if you unlock the level, and airplanes. I find airplanes are the coolest, just because you can go into free mode once you get to free drive mode, and you can fly around in planes and do stupid aeronautical things you should not be able to do in planes, because no one in video games understands physics anyway. It's fine. So that's fun. So check that out. Although, again, Forza Horizon 4 is coming, so your attention span for The Crew 2 is limited. So Forza Horizon in October. Yay. So that's coming. Music-wise, I know Johnny Marr got a new record out in Shut Up Morrissey news. Johnny Marr got a new record out called Call the Comet. It's the best one he's done so far of his solo record. So it's really good. Check that out. And also, I will recommend, in a departure, maybe, the new John Coltrane record that was released. It's called Both Sides at Once. And this is a recently discovered demo. This is a recently discovered studio session from, I want to say it's 1961, with the original John Coltrane quartet, which is actually very, very freaking cool. If you can get the deluxe edition, if you want to get that, you can spring for the 2-disc. Although the single disc is just fine. But it's really, if you like Coltrane, if you like that, particularly that era of Coltrane, you'll dig that. That was it.
Okay.
That's it.
That's
Cool.
it.
Awesome.
I didn't go near anything on Rob's list, and he left. So,
All right, Madman, what you got?
All right, so mine strictly is going to be toys this week, and one future recommendation. So for toys this week, the Coming to America Pops set.
What?
Yes, there's a set of Pops. You can find them over at freshfigures.com, and it's Eddie Murphy and Arsenio Hall in their the gear that they showed up in their royal gear when they first got to America. There's also a McDowell set that's coming out, and the crown jewel of this, though, is that you have Mr. Sexual Chocolate himself, Randy Watson, with the Jerry curl and the powder blue tux, that you can also buy. He's kind of hard to find, so that I don't even buy Pops, and I'm like, man, I'm gonna break my rule for this set.
wait, hang on. Let me get this straight. Sexual Chocolate is the exclusive.
Yeah, I think he's the exclusive. He's the hard one to get, from my understanding.
Wow.
I mean, I get it.
He's the chain.
I get it. I really want to just buy him and like put him at my office. I don't have anything sitting up at work, and I feel like that would be the best conversation piece I can throw up there for that.
Oh, that's fantastic.
The other thing that hit this week,
real quick, I got to tell you, I hate you right now.
Why?
Why
now?
You just told me about this freshfigures.com website, and now I'm looking at everything that I want.
Yeah.
I didn't know this place existed, and now I do, and now it's bad for me.
Yes.
Here's the thing. If you hang out with him and Brian long enough, you will be convinced to buy something. Which is, here's the problem with that. I have a budget. So
do I. So do I. All right. I don't have. Hold on.
He ignores it, but he does have a budget.
Wrong. I don't ignore my budget. Matter of fact, I'm the guy that I'm like, man, I'm just not buying this, right? And then, of course, Hot Toys came out with, glow in the dark Black Panther, and it was like, okay, I'll pre-order and buy that one. And then they came out with Killmonger, and I was like, okay, I guess I'll buy that one. Now they're coming out with the this year's Toy Biz 2018 exclusive, which is T'Chaka as the Black Panther. In the suit, he showed up in Compton, and I'm like, man, I can't keep shelling out $250 a figure.
See, John, look at it this way. Feel better. At least you're not in proximity to both of them.
Hold on, my figures are actually on the more reasonable end of the spectrum.
Okay.
No, they are.
Well, of the two of you, you are automatically more reasonable.
Exactly. You know that, and that's a function of budget. That's a function of budget, right? There are different budgets that go on between the two of us, obviously. So you've seen that Hulkbuster that came to his house.
I saw that.
So what you guys need to understand, Hot Toys a few years back for Avengers made a Hulkbuster toy. It holds a full-sized Hot Toy Iron Man inside the Hulkbuster.
How tall is the Hulkbuster armor exactly?
I'm not sure, because the actual full-size Hot Toys are 12 inches, if not taller.
It's pretty big.
And it's metal. Like it's not.
As in metal, or as in
both?
Actual metal.
Both.
Oh, okay.
Both. It's freaking metal, and it's made of metal.
John, it's very Pantera.
Yeah. That even might be some Sepultura at that point. But so there's that. Also, one of my favorite companies, Mondo, came out this week with the they started in a few months back, and they did a Batman the Animated Series 12-inch figure, which looks really, really well. Well, they decided to do Mr. Freeze, and it is fantastic. It comes with 3 different heads. So you've got the classic Mr. Freeze with the goggles on and what have you. Then you've got the one where he looks menacing. But then you have the face where the glass breaks and it's sticking up over. It's kind of the glass is broken around by the bottom of his head. And he's looking at Nora inside the glass case from that episode. And he just looks sad. And they captured it so perfectly. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go over budget by this. Yeah, that's gonna happen. So that's gonna happen. So that's my one of my other recommendations this week is Mondo's 12-inch Mr. Freeze. It looks absolutely amazing. And the final toy recommendation comes from NECA, and NECA does Aliens and what have you, but they also do the comic book, and they have a GameStop exclusive Pennywise for it. It looks amazing as well. You got a couple of different heads, you've got a couple of different hands. It's got some blood effects on it. Really, really, just really well sculpted, really well crafted figure. Like, to the point my wife looked at it and went, "Oh yeah, you got to buy that." And I'm like, all right, I can spend $30 on that. I'm not going to complain too much. So that's it for the toy roundup for the week. But the crown jewel of what I want to recommend for those of you in cities that are lucky to get it. I know it's coming here to Atlanta in November, and it's I don't know how to pronounce her name, and I'm going to screw it up, but it's a Japanese artist by the name of Yayoi Kusama with her Infinity's Mirrors exhibit. It looks absolutely incredible. It's lots of lights and glass and mirrors, and if you ever get a chance to look at it, it looks absolutely amazing in pictures. I can only imagine what it looks like in person. So that's something I'm completely looking forward to coming here to Atlanta.
Is that the high?
Yes, it's at the high, and they're hard. It's like a hard ticket to get apparently at this point. Like, it's already generated a buzz.
That's I was trying to get tickets to that at the day the Nine Inch Nails stuff happened, because I'm like, I'm not going to get Nine Inch Nails tickets. I couldn't get tickets to that, but then I got the Nine Inch Nails tickets. So weird.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, I'm still scrambling to get some myself. I've got it in there, so I'm gonna see if I can kind of schmooze and kiss a little butt to make that happen. What were
Now,
you going to say, John?
I was going to ask if half the mirrors break at the end of the exhibit.
No, but what I've heard is that like one idiot in Baltimore already broke one of the exhibits.
What?
Like right out the gate. I'm like, really? What kind of idiot? But there are idiots everywhere, so I'll leave it at that. So yeah, those are my recommendations for the week. The Pops Coming to America set, the Mondo Mr. Freeze, and the NECA GameStop exclusive Pennywise from It.
Cool. Thanks, Madman.
Oh, and we don't forget we've got 50 days of Dragon Con coming up. So
Well, that was going to be my only recommendation.
I'm sorry. It's 50 days of Dragon Con coming up to completely derail John again. Because that's what I like. I like sabotaging John.
Well,
I think that's my thing.
Well, it's not only is it John's sole recommendation for the week, it's the only thing. It's literally the only thing he's going to be doing. So other than this show, it is literally the only. No, it is really the only thing he's going to be doing. We appreciate it, though. It's a good thing.
Exactly, John. You should really let me just sit in on your interviews and just heckle at this point.
All right.
I feel like I should just go on, pop in on the interviews, and just derail John, and then leave.
Sounds good.
So that's your recommendation, John, is to have Madman come on your show and derail you.
I think that's a recommendation for every podcast. We should just
that's what I meant. I think
exactly.
He should just tour around. He should just randomly show up.
I'd be totally fine with that, actually.
That's actually what started happening over the past year. This is actually now the only regular podcast that I'm on, because it used to be the joke of I'm the only friend without a real podcast. So like even at Dragon Con, they were like, "Oh, what are you?" I'm like, I'm the man without the podcast. Don't worry.
It feels like one of those. Remember when NBC used to do the crossovers between their sitcoms?
Yes, that's completely what it is.
You know, that one year Tom Waits was in everything. Oh, now this is that. So
yes, I'm showing up as Sheriff Lobo.
That episode that Tom Waits was on Friends.
Yes. Actually, the episode was called That One Time Tom Waits Showed Up.
Yep. It's a classic. Okay. Well, with John being done, that comes to me. And what I know John was going to say something like
me being done, but not actually being done. Not actually going to say it.
No, that's why I was asking. Go for it. What do you want to add?
No, 50 Days of Dragon Con. There you go. Have fun.
And there you have it.
If you can't plug yourself, you know.
Well, you know, I try to plug myself as much as possible.
Then you need an adapter.
Exactly.
Whoa.
But you can only ship yourself ground.
Well, you know, I was gonna make some kind of UPS joke about what can Brown do for you, but it just seemed wrong.
I know what Brown can do for John.
Hello.
Hey, ladies.
So yeah, I'm sure John he's flustered. That's why he didn't say something like, if you go to needcoffee.com/
oh yeah, that's right.
Madman derails Prime Day /HTML, then you would get to something. But if you go to needcoffee.com/ Amazon, which is just simpler to remember, you go to the front page of Amazon like you're going to the front page of Amazon because it's the front page of Amazon. And anything you buy, whether it's Prime Day or whatever, we get kickbacks for, and we appreciate it. So my recommendations real quick, coming up soon, there is of course, the Infinity War Blu-ray, which is, I think, mid-August, which better have tons of features on it, because they need it.
I want the Ryan Reynolds commentary.
Oh,
I think I just added a feature which once.
No, I think if it's Ryan Reynolds in character as Deadpool, then that's amazing. So in addition to Infinity War, though, two others that might slip under your radar. The Changeling with George C. Scott. One of the scariest goddamn movies I've ever seen. And it's one of those things where I won't tell you what it is. It would seem innocuous if I said it to you. But when it happens in the film, when you see it, it's fucking freaky. So The Changeling is also coming out. And one of my favorite Steve Martin films, The Lonely Guy, I think it and Roxanne, depending on the day, wind up being my favorite. So that's also coming out on Blu-ray.
Well, Rox is always my favorite.
Not The Jerk?
No. I mean, The Jerk
Really?
is fun, but Roxanne has got
Florida and Binghamton.
It's got the dartboard scene, which is just brilliant. And then The Lonely Guy has just so much funny shit in it, especially the scene where he goes into a restaurant and he asks for a table for one. Everyone in the restaurant stops talking and just watches them take him to a table, and he sits for a beat, and they clear away all the other places, and it's fucking ridiculous. So The Lonely Guy, it's very good. And comic book recommendation. I don't know why I got derailed and never finished Freak Angels, the Warren Ellis webcomic, but holy shit, it is really good. I mean, it is really good.
Wow, you went back that far.
Well, it was one of those things where I was, I get Warren's weekly, holy shit, I'm still alive, screaming. I get that newsletter. And something in that reminded me of Freak Angels, and I went, shit, I never read that.
Whitechapel is still up? That's where it was housed originally.
Oh. I forget the site. But yeah, Freak Angels, it's so fucking good. I want to get it in hardback form. That's how much I like it. And in certain circumstances, I think it's Image. I think their shop has it cheaper than Amazon. Go figure. So I recommend that.
They do that a lot.
Yeah, which is weird because usually Amazon keeps tabs on everybody and deliberately undercuts them. Like if Criterion has like a 3-day sale, like, all our Blu-rays are now $20 or something, then a few hours later, Amazon prices drop to $19.
Yeah. Well, I've noticed that particularly with like Image stuff, because the only thing I've actually gotten from Amazon that was actually lower than what I could get from Image or the Image store was like the phonogram hardcovers, like the hardcover stuff. But like the actual trades, you can actually get them cheaper through Image, which is weird, but which is normally not the case, like you say. But
right.
But yeah, but the only thing I've been able to get like a good discount on were the hardbacks or the hardcovers.
Right.
So,
but yeah, that's my recommendation. So I suppose with that, we come to the end of yet another episode of Weekend Justice, where we happy few who remain to sift through the rubble take a moment to deal with what we've seen and heard tonight. And as we self-reflect, we simply say, that's some Black Mirror shit.
That is some Black Mirror shit.
honey, it's okay. I'll explain the whole podcast to you in about 3 sentences later. It's fine.
I like it. That's it.
I feel better already.
And so therapy comes to an end.
In a way, therapy never comes to an end.
It never.
No.
Never.
No,
Nope.
just doesn't.
Like literally every Monday. Every Monday at 6:00.
Ay.
All right, folks.
Yes. We must to our scattered bodies go.
To bed.
Wait, scattered bodies. I survived the finger snap. I'm good.
Oh, you only think you survived the finger snap.
Oh, I survived, and I basically said that anyone who perished, I would come by their house and drink their booze and whatnot, because I know it's what they would want.
Hey, you got that coffee. Can I have that? No, you're not going to use it. It's fine.
You're thinking too small. I'm like, hey, your husband's gone. What are you doing?
No, toughly.
Hey,
Those aren't coffee grounds. Those are the remains of Hank.
My husband's ashes.
Well, new from Starbucks. It's cold brew.
It's our infinity blend.
Star Infinity Blend.
There's a marketing tie-in.
It'll snap you into alertness.
Nice. Get ready to run the gauntlet of your day.
We are awful, period. We're just awful.
Have you tried Spider-Man Blend?
Oh.
He's fine. Spoilers.
When you're about to run out, it just doesn't want to go.
Yeah. Ironically, no one wants Star-Lord.
Well, I looked at all the blends they had, and I realized I only had one option. Here we go.
This whole time, and you didn't use your ultimate coffee maker.
Right. Nope.
That's, I feel like that too. If I get just a really good cup of coffee, I just say, I hope I'll remember you.
Damn it. Tastes like another dimension.
Yeah, I just want to have all of this end and go have a nice cup of coffee. Sit on the porch.
Watch the sun come up.
Exactly.
Oh, we're all going to hell.
We are.
Wait, we're not there yet?
No, true. Good point.
Fuck. I'm pretty sure I heard my president disavow all Russia.
No, that's really the Soul.
That's not the Soul Gym. It's right before we get pushed over to get the Soul. We're still at the wait. What? Kaboof.
Oh, it all feels that way.
Yeah, I mean, because of his color, he is obviously powered by the reality gem.
Sure.
Wow.
Yep.
Just wow.
Yeah.
I am actually gonna have some coffee now. So.
Oh, I'm going to bed.
Go to bed.
Going to bed.
All right.
Good night, gentlemen.
Good night,
guys. Bye.
Yeah.